All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Lee Pearman alongside Zach Conzel. We're at Rodney Thomas Memorial Field as we're having a ceremony for the former standout running back here in Groveton High School. I was told he played on the varsity his sophomore, junior, and senior years, one of the state elite all-time running backs. Led Groveton to back-to-back state championships in 1989 and 1990. And you see the crowd gathering in there as they're getting ready to name the field after Rodney. Very, very special athlete and very, very special series here, Zach. This series, this is the 75th all-time meeting between the two schools. Groveton leads this series 39-33 and 2 ties. And I know you weren't here to witness a lot of those games, but I'm here to tell you I was, and there's been many a night that these bleachers would not hold the crowd, and they'd be about 2 or 3 deep around the sideline here. We're going to see if the crowd mic will pick up the public address here, and we're going to step out and let them talk here just for a second.
Before we kick off this preseason, Groveton High School would like to take this opportunity to honor one of their favorite sons, Rodney Thomas. Rodney began attending Groveton ISD in 1978 and graduated in 1991. As a high school athlete, Rodney led the Groveton Indians to 32 consecutive victories, 2 undefeated seasons, and back-to-back 2A state championships in 89 and 90. During that era of East Texas football, Rodney Thomas and the Groveton Indians were simply the best. Rodney finished his high school career with 8,441 rushing yards, 115 touchdowns, and still ranks as one of the top all-time rushers in Texas history. After high school, Rodney joined the Texas A&M Aggies, where he rushed for 3,014 career yards from 91 to 94. As an Aggie, he earned the All-Southwest Conference honors in 93 and 94, and during his time as an A&M Aggies, they never lost at Kyle Field. In 1994, his teammates gave him the prestigious Aggie Heart Award, an award for a Texas A&M senior football player who demonstrates effort, desire, determination, competitiveness, leadership, and courage. In 1995, Rodney was selected by the Houston Oilers in the 3rd round of the NFL draft, and he would spend 7 seasons in the NFL for playing for the Houston Oilers, Tennessee Titans, and Atlanta Falcons before retiring in 2002. The same year he retired from the NFL, he was inducted to the Texas High School Football Hall of Fame, and in 2006, he was inducted into the Texas A&M Athletics Hall of Fame. This was the Rodney Thomas that most of us all remember on the field of play. But off the field is where Rodney made the greatest impact. Rodney was down to earth. He was kind, considerate, respectful toward everyone he encountered. Former teammate Leland McElroy stated that Rodney made his faith in God no secret, and he demonstrated that in his actions, not simply his words. I hope people remember him for the type of person he was. I really believe in my heart that's what he wants his legacy to be. His play on the field spoke for itself, but his character off the field said just as much, if not more, about who he was as an individual and what he believed in. Former Texas A&M head football coach R.C. Slocum said, Rodney made the greatest impact on his teammates of all the guys I ever coached. He was a great football player, but more importantly, he was one of the finest young men I've ever met. He was so kind, considerate, and unselfish, and made a lasting impression on anyone he ever met. Made our team better because he was such a quality human being. Rodney Thomas was a phenomenal athlete on the field, but it was his character off the field that really made respect. Rodney was well known for his acts of kindness towards others. His caring, compassionate demeanor was evident to everyone he encountered. Most importantly, Rodney left a legacy for future generations to follow. He still serves as a reminder of how we should all treat one another. He was loved and respected by his teammates, coaches, and even his fellow competitors at every level of the game. To Miss Shirley and the Thomas family, thank you for joining us for this event. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to honor Rodney. Most of all, thank you for sharing him with all of us. And he is greatly missed, but certainly not forgotten. To Rodney's son, Ian, we would like to present you with a memento of your father's time here in Groveton. We would also like to wish you good luck on your upcoming football season and appreciate you joining us here today. Before we make this official, I'm going to ask everyone to please stand, put your hands together, and make some noise one last time for Rodney Thomas. To Rodney's family and all of those that are in attendance here this evening, on behalf of the Groveton ISD Board of Trustees, our administrators, staff members, students, and on behalf of the great community, there's only one thing left to say. Welcome to Rodney Thomas Memorial Field. Thank you. God bless. Enjoy the game.
Well, Zach, I mean, what a touching tribute. His mother out there accepting the naming of the field in his behalf, his son accepting a jersey, and I was fortunate enough to get to play against that young man, and I'm going to tell you, he was a man among boys at our level back
well,
then.
you can't write a more storied entry for Alto Groveton's 75th meeting here in Groveton, Texas this evening. And so, that's a good way to, as heated as this rivalry is.
I could not think of a better opponent than the Yellow Jackets to name this field after than what they just did tonight.
Yes, in heated rivalries, there's passion. I mean, there's a lot of fights. It's just a little bit extra, but greatness recognizes greatness.
Sure does. And I know we've already said it a couple times, but we took the air just a little bit early tonight to make sure we got this moment captured, and so glad we did. But it is the 75th all-time meeting tonight between these two schools again. Groveton leads the series 39-33-2. I'm an Alto diehard faithful. There's not many teams that will play this year, and we'll try to have this stat for you every week as to what the all-time series is, and you'll see moving along. There's not a lot of East Texas schools that lead the all-time series, but Groveton is one of them. And you just have to tip your hat. A lot of good football is played down here in Trinity County. Moving forward tonight, this is the debut of Scott Ponder. It's the Scott Ponder era here at Alto High School as we move forward into this 2026 season. A lot of coaching staff change over the off season as Coach Ponder brought a lot of his guys in with him, or who kind of who he wanted. And so it'll be interesting to see how this era starts.
It is. It's out of the frying pan into the fire for him, jumping right into a rivalry game. But Alto needs to start fast, and it's been too long since we've been in the playoffs. And the way our district lines up, it looks like so far we've got a team that can get their way in and start a new precedent.
Groveton is under the leadership of head coach Scott Green. This is his second year here in Groveton. He has 8 returning lettermen, 7 lost to graduation, 8 starters on offense, 8 starters on defense. The Indians went 3-8 overall last year, 2-3 in district, and they were a by-district finalist, so they did make the playoffs. The Mean Sting under Scott Ponder returns 21 lettermen, 5 lost to graduation, 10 starters on offense, 8 starters on defense back. Jackets finished 4-6 overall last year, and were missed the playoffs. So it's kind of time to get this thing turned around. The all-time record for the two programs, this is something else for small schools. Alto comes in tonight, 615 wins, 404 losses, 34 ties for a total of 1,053 games. Groveton comes in 682 wins versus 366 losses, 34 ties for a total of 1,082 games. So two smaller schools with more than 600 wins. They're both elite programs in the state. Obviously, Groveton maybe a couple of years away from stepping into that 700-win plateau there. The longest winning streak in this series for the Indians won 8 games in a row between the years 76 and 83. Alto's longest winning streak is 9 wins in a row from 97 through 2011. Last year game was won by the Indians 34-19. So it's just a lot of history between these two teams, and I think we'd be amiss if we did not mention, how that JV game came out last night.
Oh boy, the JV looked fantastic yesterday, and really there's just great play across the board for that team, winning 44-0 last night. And that really doesn't even tell the whole game. I think they posted 28 points in the first quarter. They started hot, and they played well. There were certainly some things that they're going to need to clean up. I mean, you expect that week one, but they looked very good, and that's just a taste of what's coming down the pipeline for this program.
It is, and the junior high will get started here in a couple of weeks. It'd be interesting to watch them. I know you'll watch that with a little bit more interest.
I've got a vested interest there. So,
but yeah, the junior high team will get going here in a couple of weeks, and the JV, all the players got really pretty good playing time last night, because I noticed that the coaches started sprinkling in the second quarter. Basically, everybody was substituting in and out. And so a lot of kids got a lot of touches, and that's what you want at that level. It's playing time. They just got to get experience.
That's right. And, it was good that they were able to do that, especially with the heat, so it kept anybody from being on the field for too long at a time. We had a 5 o'clock start yesterday, and I don't know what the field temperature was, but it was notably warmer yesterday than it is going to be the start of this game tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break and hear a word from one of our sponsors here. We'll come back with more of the pregame show on NETSN after we hear a word from a couple of sponsors.
Dupleshain Contractors is a proud supporter of the Alto Yellow Jackets. Founded in 1970 by Herman and Greg Dupleshain, Dupleshain Contractors has been supporting the Mean Sting for over 56 years. During that time, Alto has celebrated 10 state championships across 4 sports in football, boys track, girls track, and softball. Dupleshain Contractors has supported the Jackets every step of the way. We want to wish our very own Jenna Dupleshain an exceptional senior year. Good luck to the Mean Sting on what we hope will be another championship season. Dupleshain Contractors, Alto, Texas. Sting 'em, Jack.
Okay, we may have had a little technical difficulty on our first run of the season with the commercial. We apologize.
It may have, but that was a new commercial for Dupleshain Contracting, and they're big supporters of the Alto program. We appreciate all that they do for the program here.
And it's probably not technical difficulty. It's probably the driver difficulty, the two nuts sitting behind these seats here.
User error is probably going to be a fair assessment. Since you didn't get to hear from the Dupleshain Contractors there, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Greg this week told me I could quote him on this, and so this is a challenge to all of Alto Athletics. He said the softball team this year will go farther in the playoffs than any other Alto program this year. So he said you can quote me on it and put it on air.
Man, I tell you what, he's thrown down the gauntlet. So,
he is. And,
we'll see here.
I like the confidence. Softball season, they're playing a little fall ball right now, but that's a spring sport. We've got a little bit of time.
Well, back to this series here, we've mentioned this is the 75th meeting between these two storied programs. A lot of those meetings were the two teams in the same district. But, over the years, as we're playing tonight, it's as a non-district game. But tonight, Groveton comes in. This is the first year, every 2 years, the UIL realigns the schools. And so this is the first of the 2 years of the new realignment. Groveton comes in. They're competing in Conference 2A Division I. They're in Region 4 in District 14. A lot of names that the Alto faithful will know in that district. District 14 is comprised of Centerville, Corrigan-Camden, Groveton, Iola, Leon, Lovelady, and Normandy. And then the Jackets come in Conference 2A Division II. So the Yellow Jackets are now a smaller school enrollment-wise than the Indians. So the Yellow Jackets kind of stepping up a level here, so to speak, tonight. But the Yellow Jackets come in Conference 2A Division II, Region 3, District 11. And the district this year for the Jackets are Alto, Cushing, Grapeland, Crossroads, Mount Enterprise, Overton, and Tenaha. So that's the district that the Yellow Jackets will be competing in as we move along a little further into the season. Just wanted to try to get that information out to the listeners here tonight, Zach.
Yeah, Lee, and I believe Dave Campbell's got Alto coming in third in this district in their prediction. And so, I think that would be okay with most of our fans.
Yeah, because I think right now the goal is, you've got to just try to find your way back to the playoffs. We've talked about in the two scrimmages that the youth is coming. There's one freshman starter on this game tonight for the Jackets. You're going to see some sophomore kids out here tonight, so it's a young team. And then we talked about that, dominating win last night by the JV, which is comprised almost entirely of freshmen, and then a really good eighth grade group right behind them. So. Hey, it's just going to get more fun as we move along here.
It is going to get more fun, and we want to see just progress.
There you go.
So, and there's just not a better opportunity to do that than to come down to Groveton and see if we can't get a win right out of the gate.
Okay, starters tonight. I did not get a chance, and I apologize, to get the Groveton starters, but starters tonight for the Yellow Jackets. On offense, we have at the quarterback Camden Allman, and I know this is wrong here. A.J. Buckingham is not going to be playing tonight.
That is what I understand.
Be Derek Jordan, and I would think Jadarian Jones will be in that backfield. Wide receiver Braden Whitaker. And in the slot receiver, Alex Gonzalez. Left tackle, Gage Glover. Left guard, Gib Glover. At the center, Emmanuel Hernandez. Right guard will be Braylon Kissinger. And the right tackle, Eli Middleton. Tight end, Jabari Moore. And the other wide out, Eric Olvera. I'll let you go over the defense there.
On the defense, we've got Jadarian Jones and A.J. Buckingham, but again, A.J. suffered a knee injury the last play of the scrimmage last week, and so it looks like he is going to be out. Then at outside linebacker, we got Derek Jordan, one of our outstanding seniors. We got the lone freshman on this bunch, Bryceland Gwynn, playing Mike linebacker. At defensive end, we've got Colton Holmes. At nose guard, we've got Julian Cervantes. Strong side defensive end, we've got Jabari Moore. And we also have Arturo Cabriales, Alex Gonzalez as your outside linebackers. Then you got Rashawn Cottle and Wes Marshall playing in the backfield.
All right, and then kicking tonight, Eric Olvera, and I believe he will I think he's going to do the extra points and everything, is he?
I believe so. He's kicked very well the last few years.
All right, well, the Indians have made their way out of the locker room, and they're kind of getting on the sideline here. We're getting close to some action here. As we're getting closer to 7 o'clock, you can hear the Yellow Jacket Mean Sting music machine in the across the way there that played this Jacket school song. So now we'll have the Indian school song as we move in here.
You know, not only is Jacket football under new leadership, but also the Mean Sting marching machine is under new leadership as well. So we'll be looking to see some of the new discipline that, you know, already this year they've sounded really well, and so they've got some good things coming down the pipeline for us from the stands. We are about 11 minutes out till game time, and if you're just now joining us, we thank you for tuning in. Temperature is a little bit cooler than maybe we expected. There's some rain just out of town here. We've got a nice cross breeze coming down the field. This is the 75th meeting between Alto and Groveton, if you're just joining. And so this is an old rivalry, a long-standing rivalry with two of the most storied 2A programs in the state. Looks like we got both football teams in their respective end zones. They're just off screen as we've centered in on the 50-yard line here as we're getting close to the coin toss. But you got both teams in the end zone warming up and doing that kind of final stretch before they take the field.
Jackets this year with the gold pants, white jerseys, black numerals, black helmets, but I believe they said in the Booster Club meeting the other night, it was at 2006 the last time the Jackets wore gold pants.
I think they're trying to pull a little bit of that 2006 spirit up with them. For our Alto faithful, we know 2006 was a state championship year for us. There are 5 state titles between Groveton and Alto. Groveton having three of those, and Alto having 2.
I just spoke with one of the guys that's going to do the public address earlier, and you know, this series in the 80s, these two teams met in the playoffs multiple occasions, and it was whoever won that game went on and won the state championship, and most of the time it was Groveton during that. But really competitive series over time here. All right, Zach, before the teams take the field, why don't we take another timeout and hear another word from one of our sponsors.
Hey Lee, what is it about these gooseneck trailers that attracts customers so much?
It's simple, really. They're reliable, tough enough for cattle, and built to last. Plus, we've been selling them since 2010, and we're the #1 retailer in the nation, so people can buy in confidence.
No wonder we've got more inventory coming soon. We got to keep up with demand.
Exactly. Pyramid Motor Company in beautiful downtown Alto, your #1 gooseneck dealer, built stronger to last longer.
Meet me at Pyramid Motor Company.
Okay, welcome back to Rodney Thomas Memorial Field here in Groveton, Texas. I'm Lee Pearman alongside Zach Honzell. 2026 season. Mr. Honzell is about 7 minutes away from kickoff.
Right.
And I don't know if you're like me, but I'm ready to get some football going.
There's something special about Friday nights in Texas, especially in small schools. You know, the whole town comes out for Friday night football.
Roll the sidewalks up. Everybody shuts down and goes to the ball game, and you get a huge percentage of your population. We've always said if you wanted to burglarize a town, Friday night would be the time to do it. But there's a lot of folks that travel. These Groveton stands got a pretty good sprinkling out in here. The Yellow Jacket stands are still filling in as we're getting close to game time here. If you weren't here at 6:30, I mean, man, you really missed a tribute. You can go back on NETSN, though, at any time and watch this, and it is worth watching. Name the field here after one of the all-time Texas elite running backs, Rodney Thomas.
And how special that is for his family to get their home stadium named after him. What a spectacular athlete he was, not only for Groveton but for Texas A&M and then later for the Houston Oilers.
And I'll tell you, as the public address announcer was saying earlier, really good football player, but even a better person. And I've heard that so many times over the years. And so that's probably the bigger thing for his mom that was down here accepting that. Anyway, we'll Groveton getting ready to run through the run-through here as we're getting close, Zach.
Here come the Groveton Indians.
Groveton in their red jerseys, red helmets, gray pants as they make their way onto the field here. And we're going to have the national anthem played here in just a minute. When the national anthem comes on, we'll kind of crank the field mic up a little bit, and we'll be quiet while we pay tribute to our great nation.
You know, Lee, I can't help but notice you got two storied programs here, heated rivalry, and it is very reminiscent looking of Georgia and Georgia Tech. I know Alto's yellow is a little bit different. Our gold's a little different, but it's interesting to have the similarities there.
Especially with Groveton's gray pants. That's a pretty good analogy there. I hadn't picked up on that until you said that. But yeah, you're right. All right, we're going to listen to the Groveton band play our national anthem.
Please stand and raise your heads for the national anthem.
If that don't get your blood flowing on a Friday night, I mean, you're just not a football fan.
That's right. I mean, that's what Little Town football is all about. I see in our chat we're already starting to get people interacting here. We certainly encourage you to interact with us here. It helps things run a little smoother. Just a little bit about NETSN. If you're watching, one, thank you for being here. There's no reason that you have to miss an Alto Jacket football game ever again. And so, you know, if you're here, we love that you're watching and here at the game. But if you're at home, thank you for tuning in. We're certainly appreciative of NETSN and the organization they have and all the training they've given us, and they're still giving us a little bit of training.
That's right.
Yeah, I'd like to think we have it all down, but I think it's just an ongoing learning process all the way around. You never quite quit learning.
Okay, the captains tonight for the Indians, number 2, Braden Reynolds. Number 11, we apologize, but he's not in the program. We'll try to get a name for that number as we move along here. 58, Culler Parker, and number 72, Hagan Townsend. For the Jackets, number 2, A.J. Buckingham, and you can see he's in street clothes. Alex Gonzalez, number 3. Number 7, Derek Jordan. Number 10, Camden Allman. And number 50, Emmanuel Hernandez. The Indians have won the toss and have elected to receive. So the Jackets, as we move forward here, will be defending the end zone. This is going to be a little different here. The end zone to our right, but our cameraman, Cord Lucas, is set up across the field. So as you're watching it, it's going to be to your left. So if we have some missteps in here, we apologize, but that's what we're dealing with tonight.
Yeah, Groveton electing to take the kickoff. I think they're looking to make a statement right out of the gate. But honestly, I've always been a big fan of going on defense first and playing your advantage right around halftime.
Okay, number 11 is Colton Cox, if you want to make that change on your program there, Mr. Hansel. We appreciate the help that we're getting in the booth tonight there. All right, Eric Olvera has it teed up. Him 2026 season, Scott Ponder era, Alto Groveton. I mean, you just can't build it up much more than this, Zach. So let's get it going here.
You can't. Last 2 weeks, all the academics is over.
Ball falls off the tee. It's 89 degrees here currently at Groveton, Texas. South-southeast wind at 6 miles an hour, so it's just a little bit of a breeze. As you mentioned, it's mainly cloudy down here, as it had a little bit of a rain shower that had come through the area, not much. Of course, you can see playing on a turf field here as well. All right, Alvaro's ready. Pooch kick. Down to 40, it's bouncing around. Look here. All right.
All right, not bad. We saw last night JV do the same thing, just pooching kicks off to the right-hand side of the field.
Ruger McLean on the recovery of that kick. And, when those kicks start hitting the ground, especially on these turf fields, you just never know where that oblong ball is going to go. But Groveton will start tonight and start the season on their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10. Shotgun formation is Jasper Dew. Take the snap. Hand off to his running back, number 2, Braden Reynolds.
That's Bryceland Gwynn getting the tackle there. We certainly like to see that. Freshman in on the tackle, first play of the game.
Gain of 4, 2nd down 6 for the Indians. A lot of cool features. If you're watching it, you see the little ticker running across the top here. So just get used to it. We're going to be here all season. Braden Reynolds again on the carry.
That's Wes Marshall coming in at the end of that to really clean it up. If you are watching with us, we appreciate you. We'll be keeping up with the score. We do have area games across the top of your screen. We're not going to be running any clock tonight, but we're going to keep you up to date as we go.
Gain of a couple on that play out to the 34-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 for the Indians.
This is a big play early.
Quarterback calls his own number, Jasper Dew, and he's going to pick up about 6 yards on that play. Needed 4, picked up 6. We'll call it 7 out across the 40, closer to the 41-yard line, 1st and 10, as the Indians' first 3 plays have been running plays, just kind of up the middle.
Yeah, not quite hurry up, but they are getting to the line pretty quick here and getting through their play calling.
First passing play. That pass is complete, but it would have been better off to have been incomplete, as you see number 3, Ruger McLean, has to go down to the turf to catch it. He's going to spot it just inside the 37-yard line. Loss of 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, it's tough on those. Instinct says catch the ball, but sometimes the wiser decision is just to let it hit the turf.
You can see the shade of the press box here starting to cast across the field, so we'll be in complete shade on the field here probably within about 30 minutes.
Derek Jordan in on the tackle there. Looks like they get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Braden Reynolds on that carry.
Be 3rd and 10.
I think Arturo Cabriales was also in on that one there. Big 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Time to try to get the defense off the field here. As we got a timeout. Is that Reynolds? Yeah, it's Reynolds. Braden Reynolds is a little slow. He's a senior, one of the seniors for the Indians, and I think he got a little rug burn on that elbow.
Yeah, either that or maybe got a helmet right on the elbow. See a little bit of the red stuff flowing there.
Spills character.
It does. When you get hit on the elbow, sometimes it makes that arm go a little bit numb, and it's less pain, and you don't have any feeling.
3rd and 10. Oh my goodness.
That was an easy call.
Yeah. Olvera there just a little quick, defending Jace Taylor. Pass is incomplete, but we think that this is going to be defensive pass interference. No official call yet, but you probably saw it just like we did.
Yeah, that one was obvious, which is too bad because he wasn't going to get a first down with that catch. You know, even if he had reeled it in, we'd have been looking at about 4th and 2, 4th and 3.
It is pass interference against the defense. They'll move the sticks out to the 48-yard line, but more importantly for the Indians, it's a 1st and 10, new set of downs.
Yep, we got 9 minutes left here in the first quarter. So we'll be shouting that out just a little bit as we go. There's the best run of the night so far. About a 12-yard, 13-yard gain off the left side.
Ruger McLean on that run. Got into the Jacket secondary and moves the sticks again for the Indians.
They are now in Jacket territory. Number 20, Colton Holmes there had a good job keeping that from being a better run than it was.
Derek Jordan also in on that stop. I believe that was Jay Smith on the carry that time for the Indians. Gain of about 4, though, down to the 35-yard line. And so I think if you're Groveton, you're just kind of right on track here, just methodically moving it down the field. The two things that are the most simple things in football, you got to run the football and you got to be able to stop the run.
Yeah, and they've chewed up about half the first quarter already. It's going to be another first down for the Indians.
Jet Arbuckle on that carry for the Indians, and takes about half of the Jacket defense to get him down, but again, another first down on that run, about 10 yards on that one. Indians looking very impressive on their opening drive of the season. Nothing flashy, just coming right at you.
Nothing flashy, 2 third-down conversions. I mean, that's what you want. You're controlling the clock, you know, and you're keeping the defense out there.
Yep.
And that's how you win late in the game.
Little quarterback option to the near side here as pitches that back to Jay Smith, and he's going to be bumped out of bounds. 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Knocked out at the 22-yard line, so gain of about 3 on that play, 2nd down 7.
3, 2nd down 7.
Oh, my goodness. Bottled up in the backfield.
There's a big hit there, but
Jet Arbuckle will get on that carry. And the Alto coach has said he doesn't get it just a ton, but when he gets it, he's tough to bring down. Gaining all the way down to the 16-yard line, 3rd down 1.
that should have been a loss in the backfield, but he was able to just stay upright and move the ball down the field.
About 3 defenders all around him, not able to get him on the ground. All right, number 21 on the carry. Excuse me, was that? No, that wasn't 21. Colton Holmes on the stop. It was 12, yeah. Jake Snyder on the carry for the Indians, but it is enough to move the sticks down to the Jacket 13-yard line, 1st and 10. 6:13 to go in this opening quarter. No score here at Groveton, but the Indians inside the red zone.
That might be our best play on defense so far.
Really good play. The quarterback kind of bootlegged out and Matthew Hackney got out there, and then Alex Gonzalez, you saw, came in from that to kind of clean that up. And the Indians lose about a yard on that play back to the 14-yard line. But the Jackets showing some of that speed there. They had the speed to get out there to the edge and slowed the quarterback, Jasper Dew, down. You saw he had to cut back, and when he cut back, Alex Gonzalez was there.
The Jackets, they got a lot of track stars over here on the defense. You know, going side to side, that's where they really shine. See a little bit more of that speed right there. You know, the way to beat that is to run at it.
Yep. Dew, again, the quarterback keeper, and again, Matthew Hackney out there to get him contained. A short gain. Let's see, they're going to spot it at the 12-yard line, so picked up about 2 yards on that play. 3rd down 9. And
I don't know what
two big plays coming up here for the Indians.
Yeah, I don't know what Groveton's kick game looks like, but this 3rd down here would be a big stop, really put some pressure on them.
Try to make them make a decision.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're right in there where it's not much more than an extra point.
Hand it to the big running lineman.
Ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground.
Jackets recover. It looks like they are going to mark it a fumble.
Hagen Townsend, the big lineman, they handed it to him. Ball came out. He's close to 1st down yardage. If they don't rule it a fumble, the Yellow Jackets clearly recovered it. But let's see if they marked it a fumble.
They're talking about it, but I don't see how they overturn this. It's going to be 1st down Jackets.
Oh, my goodness.
What just a crucial mistake on the opening drive by the Groveton Indians.
Indians take 7 minutes off the clock, march it right down the Jacket defense throat, and turn the ball over inside the 5-yard line at about they haven't spotted it yet, but somewhere at that 3 or 4 yard line. And Townsend was going to be very close to a 1st down there.
Yeah, I was saying, you know, when they first came down there, being on that 12, 13-yard line is almost a perfect place because you still can get a 1st down just right outside the goal line.
So the Jackets start their season off at their own 3-yard line. Camden Allman in shotgun formation has Jadarian Jones to his left. Camden Allman, that quarterback keeper. And I think we can say it now because we heard it at the Booster Club meeting the other night that you were going to see some more quarterback runs, more quarterback options here.
That was a good run. You got a tackle by number 25, Carmelo Edwards, for the Indians.
How about a 17-yard pickup on the first play of the year for the Jackets, 1st and 10 at the 20. Nothing else to give you some breathing room.
Come right back.
Worked so good that first play. Do it again. Just send the motion out the other way. 10-yard pickup and another move of the sticks by the Jackets.
Yeah, at the bare minimum, it gives them some breathing room where they were backed up against our own end zone.
Well, the coaches had said that, we've been showing a lot of those speed plays out to the side that said you're going to see some more quarterback options, and we saw it the first 2 plays.
Well, I think that gives a little clarity, too, to our first 2 scrimmages because you didn't see that in the first 2 weeks.
Trying to protect the quarterback in those scrimmages, but it's go time now. As you see, Hagen Townsend kind of making up for that fumble as he's able to tackle Jones for no gain there. 2nd down 10 for the Jackets. 3:48 to go opening quarter. No score here at Rodney Thomas Memorial Field in Groveton, Texas. Really good defensive stop by Ruger McLean on Camden Allman.
Yeah, those are the kind of calls you start looking for a horse collar, but that's clearly not. All the momentum coming over the top. The horse collar, you have to be pulling him down from behind. But this will be a big 3rd down for us. Be 3rd and a long 8. I bet we throw the ball here.
He's got time. Now he's going to tuck it and run it. And he'll have his first down and more.
He might want to lay off too many spin moves. That's a good way to that's a good way not to become a quarterback for the next play.
Other thing I was scared of is he was going to keep spinning and lose his first down.
Yeah.
He did get the first down by a yard, so he needed 8, picked up 9 out to the 41-yard line. More important for the Jackets, moves the sticks.
That's 3 first downs in 5 plays. All on the ground as well. He's going to need to cover that ball up, but that's another excellent run. He looks a little Earl Campbell-ish out there holding that ball down low.
Well,
but he doesn't have Earl Campbell thighs, so.
I wasn't going to bless him that much just yet. But I tell you what, the Indians have to be saying, hey, we haven't seen this quarterback runs on tape here. And so I think that will, as the night progresses, that's going to open up the running game for the running backs. It's also going to open up that passing game for the Jackets.
That brings the Jackets across the 50.
Derek Jordan on that carry, brought down by Braden Reynolds.
But I think what you're seeing right now is also indicative of a Scott Ponder era. All we've seen is run. And that's not something we've had the last few years. We've been a pass-first offense the last several years.
Split backs around Allman, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down, 7 come the Jackets. Pass out on this near side here to Olvera, and again I apologize because on the camera it's the far side,
it's
but
the far side.
I'm not gifted enough to reverse my brain here.
It's hard to watch the field and watch this screen. I tell you what, the Jackets are doing a great job answering Groveton's first drive.
Allman really, he's watching the defensive end there, and of course, everything the Jackets have shown in these scrimmages are give it to the running back, and so that's why you've seen so many runs. I'm sure that the Indians will adjust to here pretty quick, but no gain on that play. 2nd down, 10.
That draw up the middle's been so open. I would expect you're going to see him show the draw and pull back and hit one deep here some point later in the game.
Pass out to Whitaker in the flat, and he's going to fight down to about the 20-yard line.
It's going to be about 3rd down and maybe a long 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a 3rd and 4. Yeah, they're going to spot it on the 20. Clock is running here. We got 45 seconds to go in this opening quarter. And tell you what, really good football game so far.
It's good. Hey, both teams have driven the length of the field.
Jackets more especially, starting at their own 3-yard line.
It's scoreless because of the fumble there inside the 5 by Groveton.
Allman again on the quarterback keeper. Look out. He's going to go. Touchdown, Camden. Allman, touchdown, Alto Yellow Jackets. 21 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 6-0 our score now.
That's the way to really make a team pay for fumbling, after driving the length of the field, and is get the ball back and go put points on the board.
How about your opening drive for the year, 97 yards, and take it to the house?
Hey, could you draw up a better way to start?
Going for 2. Again, the coach told us that they're going to go for 2 in the quarterback club. Arturo Cabriales on that 2-point conversion. And with 21 seconds to go in the opening quarter of the year, it's the Alto Yellow Jackets 8, Groveton Indians 0. We're going to take a timeout. Hear a word from one of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a minute.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Hey, we're back. If you're just now joining us, Alto is up 8-0, scoring a touchdown and 2-point conversion on their opening drive here in Groveton, Texas. And so the Scott Ponder era has arrived. And so I hope this is indicative of a lot more Jacket football over the next 3 quarters. We got 21 seconds to close out the first quarter here.
Olvera with it teed up. Pooch kick. And fielded about the 32-yard line. good return by the Indians. Going to get it out close to midfield.
That's the one thing I really don't like about pooch kicks is you don't have to return it very far, and you're right in the center of the field. We've got a jacket down. Looks like Arturo Cabriales.
And that's number 2, Braden Reynolds, on that return. And back to that pooch kick, yeah, that is the downside, but you saw the positive side on that first kick where if you do bobble it, the defense is right there on them.
That's
really
true. There
quick.
was a little miscommunication between the Groveton Indians there. I don't think they really knew who exactly was going to be fielding that ball. But they're going to be set up right around midfield for their second drive. They'll probably get one play in before the quarter is over.
I tell you what, man, what a first quarter. I'm already out of breath here, Zach. I mean, you're used to this being a preacher, but, man, we have not showed up here.
I don't know if you're saying I'm long-winded or not, but I know about 130 people at First Baptist would tell you I am. But Arturo is up under his own power and walking off to the sideline, so it's good to see that.
But if you're late getting in here, the Jackets kicked off to the Indians. The Indians went the length of the field, fumbled the ball at the Jacket 3-yard line, and then the Jackets went from the 3-yard line all the way back to the length of the field, and that's how we're here. Running play to this near side here, brought down by Alex Gonzalez, but good yardage for
Alex
the
may have
Indians.
saved a touchdown there.
Yep. Jay Smith on that run for the Indians, and he moves the sticks down to the Jacket 31-yard line, 1st and 10, and that is the last play of the first quarter. So we're going to go to the second quarter with the Jackets up 8-0. We're going to hear a word from one of our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Friday nights in Yellow Jacket Country are built on pride, tradition, and a community that always stands behind its team. NETSN would like to thank the Alto Booster Club for supporting our broadcasts and for everything it does for local student athletes. If you or your business would like to support Yellow Jacket football on NETSN, email sales@netsn.live. The Booster Club, proudly supporting the Yellow Jackets and NETSN.
We're back. The second quarter is about to come underway. Groveton Indians have the football. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the Jacket, looks like 36-yard line. The Groveton Indians are down 8-0 with Alto scoring on its opening drive of the night.
Yeah, but you can't be thinking that, Jackets looked so impressive on that first drive. I mean, the Groveton Indians really drove it down the field, and then on the first play here on this drive, picked up about 15 yards on that run. So the Indians are already knocking on the door of the red zone here for the Jackets. So see what the defensive changes the Alto coaching staff might make
right.
here.
The only thing slowed down Groveton that first drive was Groveton. Another solid run, about 8 yards or so.
Indians use about 3 running backs, and all 3 of them have looked pretty good. They're good hard runners. We haven't seen the explosive speed, but hard to bring down and run with power. That one down to the 29-yard line, 2nd down 7 or the Indians.
And their offensive line is doing a great job of getting down the field.
There the Jackets go. But you still see the Indian still fell forward. It's going to be close to 1st down yardage there.
It's going to be 3rd and maybe half a yard.
Braden Reynolds on that carry.
Yeah, I thought I saw some laundry hit the grass there.
Let's see here. We're going to stop the clock here.
Looks like it's going to be against
face
the
mask
Jackets,
against the Jackets. So, yeah, they'll go half the distance to the goal from that penalty, and it will be a 1st and 10 for the Indians. Man, Zach, this has been exciting so far.
It is. Well, this is what you expect from 2 old rivals. You expect them to come out and throw haymakers at each other. It'll be interesting as this game develops how important that first 2-point conversion may be. Often these kind of rivalry games come down to just a point here or there.
Dew keeps it And I think the Jackets grabbed a face mask again, is what it looked like on this side here.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You know, I don't know if that's just back-to-back face masks that are happenstance, or is that a little early sign that defense is maybe getting a little tired.
Oh, man. How about this? Holding against the Indians. I didn't see that, but that's a big call right there.
Yeah, it is. You know,
I thought it was going to be a half the distance to the goal in first and 10.
Well, the reaction from the Groveton side is, hey, they face mask.
But a 10-yard mark off. It's going to be first and 20 from the 23-yard line. So that's a
really
big.
Need to take advantage of this situation here.
Yeah. The other thing that we'll talk about as we move along on these first few games, conditioning is going to come into a play here.
Yeah, you know, in last week's scrimmage against St. Augustine, that really showed. It's almost like somebody turned a light switch off.
Almost intercepted. I tell you what, Spanky.
It's close.
Almost.
I tell you what, that's good. This is going to be, you know, 2nd and 20, and you know it puts the defense in the driver's seat here.
Jadarian Jones stepped in front of that one, and if he catches that one clean with his speed, ooh, I would like to have seen that foot race.
I tell you what, a pick six in a situation like this, that'd really take a lot of the steam out of the Indians. You know, getting close to the red zone, then in the red zone that first time.
But you're right, in the situation right here, just with the incomplete pass, 2nd down 20 now becomes a little bit harder to convert. Due under center. Pitch it back. Man, I'll tell you what, the Indians got the edge here. 21 on the carry, Jet Arbuckle. And he's down inside the Jacket 15 to about the 14-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd and probably 11. And so it was a big game, but and you see how well the offensive line on that left side was able to get downfield on that sweep.
Yeah, they had the Jacket defense completely sealed off and no problem getting to the edge there.
They've got the size advantage on us there.
We're going to call it 3rd and 10 here. Well, no, but we're going to spot it at the 14, so I guess it will be 3rd and 11. Big play coming up for both teams here. Dude's going to take the snap, rolls out, flags on the play. Dew has the sideline and steps out somewhere around the 6-yard line, 7-yard line.
Be an offsides on the defense.
Offsides is against the defense. Now it's interesting to see, do you take the penalty and back the ball up here? Or do you take the play? If you take the play, it's going to be 4th and about 3.
No, you've got to take the penalty here and make it.
I think you keep your down. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're in 4-down territory.
I think 3rd and 6 would be what it would be. I would. That's your choice, though. 3rd and 6 or 4th and 3 if you're the Groveton coaching staff here. Yeah, they're going to take the penalty here. And so they'll have the ball at the Jacket, should be the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's where you take a great opportunity and you may shoot yourself in the foot a little bit.
So the Indians are right back in business now. So they went from 1st and 20 to 3rd and about 6.
Yep, this is the 2nd time they've been inside the 10-yard line.
All right, Townsend in that backfield again. Hand it to him again. And he's going to push his way in for a score. So he redeems himself after that fumble. You can see he's a hard guy to bring down.
I don't even want to say a big old boy. That's a big young man right there. That's a load.
So on 3rd and 6, picks up 9 yards and a score for the Indians. 8:57 to go, 2nd quarter. And our score now is Groveton 6, Alto 8. Point after touchdown upcoming. Indians look like they're going to go for 2 as well. Why not give it to him again?
I was about to say, I bet they hand it to him.
He fumbles
on the
it.
Ground. That's going to be a face mask.
Yeah. Pretty good face mask. He got his money's worth. When you rip the helmet off, I mean, that's doing pretty good.
It is. That will go on the kickoff.
Okay. With 8:57 to go here in the half, Our score remains Alto 8 and Groveton 6, and you just mentioned it before that score that, you know, these extra points, the special teams type aspect of these games really comes into play when you have two pretty tight teams, and there's a 2-point difference in the scoreboard right now because of that.
If I was a Groveton fan right now, here's the way I'd already be chalking it up. We should be winning.
Yeah,
we should be up by a touchdown if I was a Groveton fan. But 2 fumbles and they're down by 2, and the Jackets should get the ball in excellent field position to start their second possession. But how do you like the way they've been able to control the clock? There's 8:57 left in the second quarter, and this is only going to be the second time Alto's touched the ball.
That's right.
And so it's going to, if the game keeps, if both teams keep it the ground game, this game is going to be relatively short.
Okay, so the penalty yardage is going to be assessed from the 40-yard line, and it'll step it back to the 25-yard line. So to your point, Zach, the Jackets should get really, really good field position out of this.
You know, special teams, especially kickoff return, this is where some of the speed for the Jackets can really shine, because you get a lot of open field. If you can get a clean catch and a couple blocks.
You can see from Cord's camera view here that sunset here at Groveton, Texas.
Yeah, you're getting the exact opposite view as we are, where the sun is at our backs.
All right, Braden Reynolds has it teed up for the Indians at the Indian 25-yard line after the face mask penalty is marked off.
Kicks it deep.
Jones with the return. He's going to turn the speed on it midfield. And he might go. Going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Excellent return. Very patient of him on 2 different areas. Again, we've got number 16, Arturo Cabriales, down.
30-yard line, flag on play.
He was banged up on a play earlier in the second quarter.
All right, so what I was going to say about those penalty yards, this is where I still say it was worth it for the Indians, even though the Jackets are getting it deep. It must have been okay. There's a penalty against the Jackets.
There's some longer on the other side. I'm sure it's going to be a holding or blocking the back.
Oh my goodness! Look at this. It backs the Jackets all the way back up to their 44-yard line, and the Jackets were going to have it inside the 30-yard line of the Indians. So
it's
big
still
penalty.
Excellent starting position, but it doesn't feel that way.
Yep.
We should have been 3/4 of the way down to the end zone.
But going back to that point after touchdown that Townsend fumbled, Jones picks it up. If he doesn't grab him by the face mask and get him to the ground, it's going to be 2 points Alto because there's nobody else out there.
That's true.
So, you know, even though you lose some penalty yardage here, it was still a good play by the Groveton defender there. Allman again calls his own number.
It's a solid, tough run there.
Yeah, he's got 4 yards on that play out to the 48-yard line.
You know, Camden can throw it. And so at any moment, I expect that they're going to fake one of these handoffs and throw it deep. You know, if preseason was any indication, I'd be looking for number 3 when you see him on the field.
How about this? Bryceland Gwynn with his first varsity run, the freshman in the game here, and his first varsity run picks up a first down to the 39-yard line.
About 12 or 13 yards on that run. Very encouraging to see that from that young man. Yeah, but Alto's been able to move the ball on the ground. That's something that we haven't been able to do the last 3 years.
No. And it's something that if you would have told me that we were going to come out and go up and down the field, I would have said it was going to be passing. Yep. After watching the 2 scrimmages. Derek Jordan on this carry, straight up the middle. And this is kind of what the scrimmage run has looked like. I mean, gain of 1 or 2, just nothing
That's
impressive.
True. Except for a few deep passes in the scrimmages. Across the board, there really wasn't a whole lot of big plays.
No. But with the threat of this quarterback run here, this is going to open up the playbook. And to your point, Zach, you're going to see that play action pass off of this.
You see number 3 Gonzalez there. It'd be at the bottom of your screen if you're watching with us.
Jordan eases up into the line again. About 4 Groveton defenders are there, and he's going to pick up about a yard down to the 37-yard line. So suddenly it's 3rd and long, 3rd and about 8 for the Jackets.
Yeah, you have to think they're going 4-down territory here, so you don't need all 8 yards, but you'd like to get about 6 yards here on 3rd down to try to make it a 4th and short at worst.
6:45 to go in the half, clock running. Alto ahead, but by only a 2-point margin.
At 6. Oh, maybe not quite, but it is a 1st down.
Well, you had part of it right. Is a completion to number 6, Eric Alvera.
Well, that's something about me, Lee. Even when I'm wrong, I'm right.
That's right. Oh, my goodness. That is, how about a 1st down completion all the way to the 35-yard line? So about a 32-yard gain there from Camden Allman.
It's a good job by Eric Olvera hauling that in. And we're knocking on the door again.
1st and goal to go.
Hey, we might go 2 for 2 on our first 2 drives. How would you like that to start this season?
I would really like it. Camden Allman again calls his own number. He's going to get down to about the 3-yard line.
I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the ball run all 4 times here.
And I'll tell you, and I hate to keep harping on it, but if you would have told me that we're going to come out and run the football like we have tonight, I think me and you both would be said, no, you haven't watched the scrimmages like we have.
And I'm old school. I like to see smash mouth football, and so it is really exciting for me to see so many run plays.
Allman on the side here, and
my guess is that's going to be a holding penalty.
Yeah, there is a flag on play. Allman does not get to the side, and no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and goal, but we do have a flag. We anticipate it to be holding. Let's see what it is.
That should make it, if it is a holding penalty, it's going to be 2nd and
13.
About 13 or 14, yeah.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and goal to go from the 13-yard line.
So you will expect the playbook to open up here now.
Yes, definitely. Okay.
Yeah, we got to give the Groveton fans some love here. I don't know who it was, but somebody called that holding penalty even before the laundry hit the turf.
All right, how about a fake handoff and Allman down to the 1-yard line.
Now, we haven't seen the quarterback go under center at all so far this year, but this is something personally that drives me nuts. As much as I love to run the ball, in the last few years, we'd never see the quarterback get underneath center when you only need inches to go.
3rd and goal to go, ball inside the 1-yard line. Allman brings the Jackets to the line of scrimmage inside of 5 minutes to go in the half.
It's going to be a quarterback run here.
And he's
Cue
in.
the band.
How about Camden Allman? 2 touchdown runs here in the first half. This one on the short variety inside the 1-yard line. He calls his own number. And our score, the Jackets 14 and the Indians 6, point after touchdown upcoming. And Alto coach is talking to the officials on the far side, or the near side if it's in your camera there.
Let's see what they've got going on here. You know, you'd have to think that you'd be thinking about kicking an extra point here.
Well, in the Booster Club meeting, he said right now, he said we haven't worked on extra points enough. He said we're going to go for 2. Now with this backing up, I didn't see the flag there. Pretty big penalty. Did we celebrate too much?
Yeah, it looks like it was unsportsmanlike conduct.
I was looking at something else and I didn't see the call from the white
Well,
hat.
they'll have to go for 2 now. But I was thinking, you know, even though I like going for 2 a lot, you already got the 2-point conversion. They failed to convert theirs. An extra point here, you go up by 2 scores.
All right, this makes it more difficult. 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line. Pass juggled, and he's going to come back and catch it. Is Braden Whitaker.
Now that's Jacket football right there. That's what we like to see.
How about a 2-point conversion from the 18-yard line? And how about Braden Whitaker with his first score? Now, hang on. There's another flag. Offsides against the Indians, and that will be declined. So our score now is the Alto Yellow Jackets 16 Indian 6. We're going to take a break to hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Texas, it's football season. The lights, the crowds, the rivalries. Every Friday night is game day. But here at CDL Training Academy, when it comes to your future, every single day is game day. Just like on the field, success behind the wheel takes discipline, focus, and safety. We train champions of the road. And here's the winning play. We're a TPST certified school. That means you test right here, in-house. No delay of games, no flags, just results. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Your season starts now. Get trained, get tested, and get on the road with a career that pays like a championship win. Call CDL Training Academy today at 903-646-4342 or visit
Okay, back to Rodney Thomas Memorial Field here in Groveton, Texas. The Alto Yellow Jackets open up a 10-point lead here over the Groveton Indians. Still having a hard time getting the ball to stay on the tee is Alvaro. Not that strong of a wind. I think maybe the way he's trying to position it, maybe, I don't know. But he's got it on there now. 4:47 to go in the half. 16-6 our score.
And the story tonight here has been all offense.
Yes.
You know, the score's not very high as we're only, we're in less than 5 minutes to halftime, but it's been all offense. It's been the pound and ground game so far from both teams.
Fair catch called by Jace Taylor at the Groveton 40-yard line. And to your point there, Zach, the Indians received the opening kickoff, go the length of the field, from about the 35 down to the Jacket 3-yard line where a fumble was recovered by the Jackets. Jackets go 97 yards. And the first quarter is about over with.
That's right.
And so we've only seen 4 possessions.
Camden Allman, he's hitting those boxes. Two touchdown runs. He's 3 for 3 passing the ball.
Dewitt quarterback, shotgun formation. Hand the ball off here to this near side, and you keep seeing these holes. I mean, they're there. Alex Gonzalez on the stop of Braden Reynolds, but not before the Indians move the sticks. They're going to cross just inside the Jacket midfield to about the 49-yard line of the Jackets. And so run defense is going to have to be tightened up here.
It needs to tighten up. Nobody's been able to move up and down the field very quickly, though, so it'll be interesting to see how they manage the clock here.
How about Braden Reynolds again on that right side?
If they keep running the ball like that, they won't have to worry about managing the clock.
No.
In fact, on the defensive side, we might need to think about using a timeout too and just kind of talking to our guys, getting them our extra breath.
First and 10, Indians. Ball on first down.
Indians able to get that outside edge. They're getting that end block, and that time you saw Hagan Thompson pulling out. He's a real big kid.
The clock here is at 3:45 and running.
Gain of about 6 on that play down to the 33-yard line of the Jackets.
Having that clock running, though, may put a little extra pressure on the offense here.
Both teams still, though, with all 3 timeouts, I do believe. But I don't think that time is going to come into play here. Got a first down run, but we have flags back here at the 35-yard line, so we'll see what that's all about.
Yeah, you can tell both of these teams, first game, I think the tired bug is getting them just a little bit because the laundry has really picked up the last probably 5 minutes or so.
Okay, the white hat says it's holding against the Indians.
And that is the I'm tired flag that comes out.
Yeah. Truer words have never been spoken, especially when you're on the offensive line.
My senior year when they moved me to center, that was the one thing I did like about playing center is you could get away with a lot there.
Second down, 15 for the Indians. But the Indians have overcome 1st and 20 on the previous drive, so I don't think this worries them too much. Not when you're running the football like you are.
He wasn't on the tackle there, but there's an excellent job by Alex Gonzalez keeping the edge.
Well, it allowed Gage Glover to come back in, and it's still too much of a gain. The gain of 5, but as to what you've seen on the previous runs, it's an improvement.
It is, and it's 3rd and 10. the 40-yard line, a big stop here, and they could think about maybe getting the ball back and stretching that lead before halftime.
Okay, big play. Both teams do at quarterback in shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. He's going to roll out. Going to throw it back to the backside here. Hagan Thompson got to hit him low. There you go. How about Derek Jordan taking one for the team?
Lee, I don't know if number 72 there for Groveton can throw the ball, but I would be looking later in the game to see that same play where he picks it up and chunks down the field.
Derek Jordan, a little slow to get up. He really threw his body into the much bigger Hagan Townsend.
Well, I would say he probably has about 120 pounds on Derek.
Yeah. And they're going to lose about a yard on that play back to the 40. So it's 4th down 11. And I like the play call. I don't like who you send it to. The big guy down at the goal line, sure.
Yep.
I don't think the big guy, Hagan Thompson, is going to outrun the defense on the edge for 11 yards or 10 yards.
Yeah, I don't really like it there either. I do think they set up potentially to run something similar and let him throw down the field if he's capable of doing that, because there were receivers that were open.
Hopefully it's just a stinger.
You need to put points on the board now.
Yeah, hopefully it's just a stinger for Jordan, but he kind of threw his shoulder in there. All right, so 4th and 11 come the Indians from the 40-yard line of the Jackets. They're showing punt. The Jackets aren't buying it. They're not sending anybody back deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. There's 2 minutes and counting left in the first half.
No, they're timeout on the field.
I wouldn't be surprised if that is a timeout.
Did the Yellow Jackets call this timeout?
Oh, we got.
Yeah, we had the 2-minute warning. There we go. All right, so we're going to take that 2-minute warning with them. We'll come back in just a minute with more Jacket football.
Friday nights in Yellow Jacket country are built on pride, tradition, and a community that always stands behind its team. NETSN would like to thank the Alto Booster Club for supporting our broadcasts and for everything it does for local student athletes. If you or your business would like to support Yellow Jacket football on NETSN, email sales@netsn.live. The Booster Club, proudly supporting the Yellow Jackets and NETSN.
Okay, welcome back to Rodney Thomas Memorial Field here at Groveton, Texas. I'm Lee Pearman alongside Zach Honzell. NETSN, first ever official game broadcast. We've had 2 scrimmages.
That's right. It is 4th and 10. Groveton has the ball. There are 2 minutes to go till halftime.
Groveton's going to punt the ball away, and if you're an Alto fan, yes, roll into the end zone, and the Jackets will get it on a touchback out here at the 20. 1:52 to go in the half, and
it's
the first defensive stop that we've seen tonight. Well, except the turnover. But
it's the first true defensive stop for either team. Mm-hmm. And it's important to know that Alto's going to be getting the ball after halftime.
This possession is really, really big for both teams. Groveton does not need Alto to stretch this lead out anymore right before the half, knowing that the Jackets get the ball first.
That's right.
And Alto is saying, hey, we can put the foot on the throat, so to speak. Here.
This could be a game-defining drive here in the last minute 52. This will be Alto's 3rd drive of the night, each team having the ball 3 times. It's been a slow pace, but a very hard-fought first half so far. In fact, reminiscent of what you would see in years past, with both teams being run first and pass second.
Excuse me, this time the Jackets do hand off to Jones, as the Groveton defense is starting to key in on Allman now, and that's where we talked about. It's going to open up the game for the running backs.
He gets out of bounds and stops the clock at a minute 45.
5-yard gain out to the 25, so the Jackets will take that. Stopping the clock, pick up 5. 2nd down 5. This time he fakes it. He's going to be brought down. The ball's out. But was the play ruled down? Okay, White Hat says it's a fumble. All right, the Indians do what they need to do to keep this game alive.
It is.
get Alto to turn it over there at the Jacket 28-yard line. So a really big change of possession there, Zach.
It's huge. A critical mistake. It's the first turnover we've seen of Alto tonight.
So both teams have turned it over one time. Groveton turned it over at the Jacket 3-yard line. The Jackets, though, give it back at their 28.
Well, Groveton turned it over on that extra point as well.
All right.
Defense
That's going to be
really
Braden Reynolds on that carry.
It's 1:27 and running.
3-yard gain, second down 7.
6 or 4, second down 6.
Yes, we will be broadcasting the halftime performance as well. And so if you're watching with us, just stay tuned.
Braden Reynolds again. I'm going to tell you what, that young man's going to sleep good tonight. He's carried the ball a lot, and then he plays defense as well.
That's right. Groveton's going to take their first of 3 timeouts here with 1:10 left before halftime.
Be first and goal to go for the Indians at the Jacket 9-yard line. And so, counting chickens before they hatch, you're thinking, well, the Jackets have a chance to go down the field here and maybe get some points. And you don't think about turning the ball over this far in your own end, and that's how these games, change direction real quick on you.
They are. Both running games have been excellent. It's really going to be shaping up, regardless of what happens here. It's going to shape up for an excellent second half.
It's going to come into, I think, condition. Who's in better condition down the stretch? When you're this close of a matchup, it's, mistakes. Condition this time of year is huge.
It is. It's just one of those games where I know it's 16-6. It's a 2-possession game technically right now, but it kind of has that feeling that it's going to come down to the last possession of the game.
Yep. And even though the scoreboard has not really been lit up, it has been an offensive game. I mean, these offensive have went up and down the field here.
Hey, Randy Lowe, we appreciate you tuning in. He's on his way back from Alaska right now. And how do you like that?
There you go. All right, first and goal to go come the Indians at the Jacket 9. Due under center. Oh, my goodness. The Jackets are tackling on Reynolds but cannot get him to the ground. He's going to drag Jabari Moore into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. 1:02 to go in the half. And the Indians crawl within 4 here. Point after touchdown upcoming. I'm quite sure that you're going to see a run play here.
It is, but it shows how important it is to finish with those extra points after a touchdown.
Yes.
2 touchdowns apiece, but Alto ultimately still going to have the lead regardless of what happens on this play.
Pitch the ball wide to Reynolds, and he stumbles in the backfield, and you just couldn't call it any better. The Yellow Jackets hold a 4-point lead with 62 seconds to go in the half. We're going to take a break here with another word from one of our sponsors. We'll be back in just a minute.
Duplashane Contractors is a proud supporter of the Alto Yellow Jackets. Founded in 1970 by Herman and Greg Duplashane, Duplashane Contractors has been supporting the Mean Sting for over 56 years. During that time, Alto has celebrated 10 state championships across 4 sports in football, boys track, girls track, and softball. Duplashane Contractors has supported the Jackets every step of the way. We want to wish our very own Jenna Duplashane an exceptional senior year. Good luck to the Mean Sting on what we hope will be another championship season. Duplashane Contractors, Alto, Texas. Sting 'em Jackets.
Okay, Lee Pearman, Zach Conzale, 62 seconds to go in the half. What an entertaining football game. 2 touchdowns apiece, but the extra points.
It's
Alto with both of theirs. Yeah,
It's the little things. But tell me that doesn't look like a rivalry score there.
Yeah. All right. Reynolds, he does everything. Are we going to see him toe to horn at the halftime? This kid does everything.
He may. We see that happen a lot, especially in 2A ball. In 2A ball, you get a lot of those 4-sport, 5-sport athletes.
Yeah. All right. He's got it teed up. Last time he did kick it deep, and Jadarian Jones had a really good return, but the Jackets had a penalty on that return and set them back a little bit. This time a little bit higher kick, a pooch kick. Braden Whitaker with a fair catch on the Alto sideline at about the 28-yard line. So that's a pretty effective kick right there. You kick it right to him. And I'm not sure if, Braden lets that thing go, it's going to go out of bounds. But,
100%.
Easy for me to say sitting this high up, watching it come to you.
That's true.
But yeah, if Braden lets that go over his head, I think it's going to be a penalty on the Indians.
Yeah, and they had put the ball, had he done that, you start thinking about maybe using this minute 2 a little bit differently. We'll see how they respond here, whether they try to push the ball down the field. They've got their timeouts, or whether they just kneel it and go to half.
I don't think we'll see that because you do have all 3 timeouts. I think he tests the waters here. Comes out throwing to Zalman. And over the head.
Number 5, Jay Smith with a big hit.
Yeah, over the head of Olvera. Big hit at the end of that.
If he had put the ball on him, though, he was open.
Yes, he was. Second down 10. 57 seconds left to go in the half. So that play only took off 5 seconds of clock.
You got the timeouts. You can look about, if you're going to throw it, you can look at throwing it across the middle a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to be sure not to give up a big play.
Okay, they had to move the ball back to a yard there. Okay. Allman in shotgun formation. Fake the handoff to Jordan, and he's going to get out to about the 29-yard line, so gain of only 1 for Allman. And that might be your, Coach Ponder saying, you know what, let's just run this thing down and get into the half with the lead.
If you're going to do that, I think I would just go ahead and kneel it, though. We saw last week in the scrimmage we had a player get banged up on the last play of the game.
3rd and 9, passes it out to the far sideline, and Jones is going to be pushed out of bounds.
Well, I was going to say, Lee, there's another strategy there is just take enough time off the clock that if you can get a first down or 2 and maybe you can throw something deep, but if it doesn't work out and you have to punt, you don't leave enough time on the clock to do a whole lot.
All right. Jones does move the sticks out to the Jacket 39-yard line. 20 seconds left in the half. While the defenders moving in and out for the Indians.
Well, they got the clock running. They must not have had him out of bounds.
Yeah, their coaching staff saw that too. I think the officials are going to put some time back on the clock. It's down to 8 seconds.
It should be at 20 seconds.
That's what Ponder's saying. Hey,
if he argues this, yeah, there they go. They've got 20 seconds back on the clock.
Oh, my goodness.
Number 16 dropped a pick 6 there. That's Cooper Shanafelt.
What do you want to bet this next play is take a knee?
Yeah, I bet so.
Wow. I mean, just within the eyelash of having 2 turnovers within the last 2 minutes.
That's right. It's a game of inches.
And giving up the lead, the Jackets hang on to it here. 14 seconds to go in the half. And he's going to throw it again. Now we're going to run. Allman's going to run to the sideline. Step out of bounds across the 40. 8 seconds to go.
It's going to be 3rd down. I mean, you could still throw it deep along the sidelines.
Woo!
Gutsy. I mean, that's
gain of 2 on that run to the 41-yard line. 3rd down, 8 for the Jackets. 8 seconds to go. Shotgun formation. And Alma's he's looking to throw, and he's sending his receiver down.
This is going to be the last play of the game, or last play of the half.
Sacked in by number 24, Mason Brinsky, and that will send us to the half. And I want to tell you what, Zach, I'm glad it's going to the half because I got to catch my breath here.
Me too. Alto, we've got the lead, 16-12. That's good news, but I can't say that we have the momentum.
No, not right
so
now.
It'll be interesting to see how we come out after half. Now we will have the ball.
Yes.
And so I expect that there's going to be a very interesting halftime speech there to get them motivated to come out and punch it in on that first drive.
Yes, that is correct. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to take a break, and we're going to let you watch this both bands' halftime performance. We will keep the camera live on the field, but we'll just kind of turn our mics off and let you enjoy the bands as they get ready to go here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Friday. I want to welcome each of you to enjoy the halftime show tonight, featuring the Mean Sting Marching Machine, under the direction of Mr. Xavier Bronson and Mr. Caesar Lopez. We are the loudest and proudest marching band in East Texas. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Tonight's performance will start with a high-stepping windmill drill, followed by a she works hard for the light by Helen Farmer. Tonight, our main sponsor is Groveton Contractors of Alto, Texas. If you are in need of any general construction, building construction, and residential commercial construction services, please contact them. And don't forget to tell them the Mean Sting Washing Machine thank you. Now, fans, hold on to your seats. We don't mean to be rude, but we are almost ready to holiday, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Groveton High School Tribe of Pride Marching Band. The band was under the field direction of head drum major Aurora Gonzalez. Our assistant drum majors are Robbie Robertson and Madison Cathy. Our drum line captain is Isaac Garcia. Tonight, the Tribe of Pride presents a show featuring the mystery, excitement, and larger-than-life characters. The show opens with Latin-inspired sounds of El Toro, meaning the fox. This will bring a powerful and energetic opening to tonight's performance. Let's hear you show your Indian pride. Get loud, get excited as the band plays the Groveton fight song. Tonight, we'd like to recognize the cheerleaders, Savannah Dillington and Maddie Denman. This week's outstanding marcher is cheerleading. The band is under the direction of Jason Turrington.
Okay, Zach, I'll tell you, two good band performances that give us a chance to. We got a IV during the half to where we won't cramp up here in the second half, and we've got it tough up here in the second.
That's true. We got to be athletes up here in the booth as well.
We got a chance to catch a breather. What an exciting first half of the first game of the year. I'll tell you, if they're all this exciting, this is going to be a fun year to call games.
Two excellent showings for the ground game, both for the Groveton Indians and our hometown Alto Yellow Jackets.
We talked during the break that a game like this, they're very entertaining. They're very easy to broadcast. When it's 40-0 at the half, you kind of run out of things to talk about.
Well, that's true.
And we're not going to see that tonight.
For the athletes, these long-standing rivalry games, these are the games that you're going to remember your whole life, that you look back 20, 30, 40 years from now, and it's just a sweet memory regardless of how it happens.
Yes, right.
And so it's good to see it play out the way it is. And so we'll be excited the second half to see if this ground game continues. Both defenses are kind of getting beat up right now.
I'm sure the Groveton defensive coaches are making some game plans about that quarterback run that they haven't seen on any of the scrimmages. That's basically is what has eaten them up is Camden Allman. I'm not sure what his stats are, but I'm sure he's quite over 100 yards rushing. And if you had told me coming into this that Camden Allman was going to run the ball for over 100 yards and that one of them wasn't an 85-yard break,
that's right.
I would have laughed at you.
It's been all arm for him the last few years, and so
that's right.
It's interesting. Certainly a very different strategy from our new athletic director Scott Ponder.
And I'm not sure. Well, I'm quite positive that I don't even think Scott Ponder thought that those quarterback runs and option runs would have been this effective. But they have been so far. But now that gives Groveton something to look at. Alto, to me, it's been those edge runs. The defense has given up the edge a lot tonight. I know the score is a fairly low-scoring game, but it has been offense, but it's been slow-moving offense up and down the field. We only had 3 possessions apiece.
That's right. The score doesn't really demonstrate the way this game has gone because there hasn't been very many possessions. And so there hasn't been that many opportunities to score.
Moving forward into this second half, I still say, obviously, turnovers, mistakes are going to play a huge role. As you saw the Jackets with that 16-6 lead late in the second quarter, and you're thinking, man, if you can score here, you can start to distance yourself and turn the football over, give Groveton a short field. Groveton punches it in, and you're right back in it. And then the Jackets on that next drive, barely miss out on a pick six by an Indian. And, you very well could be looking at, I'm sure Groveton's saying, hey, we should have the lead right now.
Absolutely. That somebody here on the Groveton side is calling a buddy or calling a brother or dad, somebody, and saying, hey, we should be winning this game right now. But the difference has been turnovers, and especially for Groveton. They turn the ball over inside the 5-yard line on their opening drive, and then Alto gets it, drives the length of the field, and scores. And then they have that fumble and that 2-point conversion, and that's really been the difference here. 2 failed 2-point conversions by the Groveton Indians, and that has left the Jackets with a 4-point lead heading into the second half.
Huge possession here coming out of the break, for both teams. If Alto's able to go down and get some points and push this thing back to a 2-score lead, it gives them the little cushion. And even if they do that, this game's not over. We've seen Groveton just march down the field, and the Yellow Jackets can slow the attack, but they can't stop the attack, or at least not consistently. We have seen the Jackets get the Indians off the field one time as a force a punt, but it hasn't been consistent. Groveton has been, I don't know what the rate is or percentage rate is on third down conversions, but it's high.
It's high.
But so it's going to be a very entertaining second half. Conditioning, first game of the year, warm, muggy out here tonight. I'm going to say no breeze at all. The flags on the goal post here at the end zone where the scoreboard is are just laying limp up against the
when we first started the game, we had a pretty strong cross breeze. In fact, you could hear it on our mic out in the stands, but No, that's completely died down as the sun has faded. What I expect, Lee, in the second half is they've gone to halftime. Maybe there's some adjustments. They got a little pep talk, maybe a little cussing at. You don't know. But that they'll come out, they'll be a little bit refreshed. But those running games have been so strong in the first half, you've got to expect that in halfway through the third quarter, towards the end of the third quarter, that some of those 6, 7, 8-yard runs, they're going to be 15, 20, 25, 30, 40-yard runs as the defense, it really begins to wear, because it is week one. And, as much as you prepare, it's hard to be quite as conditioned as you're going to have to be.
And the other thing that I think has to be in the back of Scott Ponder's mind is, giving up some size. The Indians are bigger than the Jackets. And you saw that last week in the scrimmage as the St. Augustine Wolves just kind of wore the Jackets down in what would be that second half.
That's right. A lot of people saw the report for the live quarter. The Jackets fell 13-0, but up until that point, really, it was very even.
In case you're late joining, we took the broadcast early, probably 15 or 20 minutes earlier than we typically will, because very special night down here at Groveton. They dedicated the field here to Rodney Thomas. It's now Rodney Thomas Memorial Field. And in case you live under a rock in East Texas, Rodney Thomas, just one of the great all-time state elite running backs, over 8,000 career rushing yards, went on to have over 3,000 rushing yards at A&M, and then went on to have a 7-year NFL career. Died way too short, died in 2014, and just way too young of a man to lose at that time. But Groveton High School doing a really good thing and honoring him and his family before the game. And again, this is the 75th all-time meeting between the two schools. Groveton leads the series 39-33 and 2 ties. So it's going to be interesting to see, does Groveton come back and get this 40th win against the Jackets, or does the Jackets pull that a little bit closer and go to 34 wins?
Yeah, that's right. If I was a Groveton fan, I would actually feel pretty good about where you're at right now. I know you're down, but you had 2 great defensive stops to finish the half. You're at home. It's a long rivalry. And so you're not in a bad position by any means. Alto really needs to come out with a little bit of pep in their step, a little bit of fire, and put this ball right down the field and let them know that this is going to be a long game all the way to the end.
Well, both teams are, kind of starting to make their way out of their locker rooms, doing a little warming up. Before they come out onto the field, we're going to take a break and hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Hey Lee, what is it about these gooseneck trailers that attracts customers so much?
It's simple, really. They're reliable, tough enough for cattle, and built to last. Plus, we've been selling them since 2010, and we're the #1 retailer in the nation, so people can buy in confidence.
No wonder we've got more inventory coming soon. We got to keep up with demand.
Exactly. Pyramid Motor Company in beautiful downtown Alto, your #1 gooseneck dealer, built stronger to last longer.
Duplashane Contractors is a proud supporter of the Alto Yellow Jackets. Founded in 1970 by Herman and Greg Duplashane, Duplashane Contractors has been supporting the Mean Sting for over 56 years. During that time, Alto has celebrated 10 state championships across 4 sports in football, boys track, girls track, and softball. Duplashane Contractors has supported the Jackets every step of the way. We want to wish our very own Jenna Duplashane an exceptional senior year. Good luck to the Mean Sting on what we hope will be another championship season. Duplashane Contractors, Alto, Texas. Sting 'em Jackets.
All right, I'm Lee Pearman alongside Zach Hansel. Excuse me.
That's all right.
Yeah.
You get one freebie on the year.
I'm going to need more than one. All right, sorry about that, Zach. The two teams have made their way out of the locker rooms. Both of them getting ready to come out. We expect a really, really good second half of football here. And, it's really fun be on NETSN. And, you got the option for the live chat there. If you notice that I called him Scott instead of Zach, you can rib me there with it.
Well, you can,
that,
but you know what? I might have to start going by Dandy Don Meredith here. We're getting a little bit of love here in the chat.
Yeah.
If you're with us, we appreciate you tuning in and watching Alto football with us. Just go ahead and let us know where you're listening from. We had one on his way back from Alaska, and so last week we had somebody watching from Paraguay. Now I don't know if we can verify that, but on the chat, officially North Korea was the farthest, but I happen to have it on pretty good authority that was a bogus call.
Yeah. So, you want to download the NETSN app. It is a free app. It's going to give you a lot of pretty cool stuff, a lot of games, a lot of scores, things during the week. Also will notify you, when the Yellow Jackets are, got a game coming up. And, make sure and subscribe to the channel and like it, and that's how this platform gets built. We've had 1,356 views so far, and we want to see that go up. It just helps build the channel.
Absolutely. One of the single best comments I got this past week about last week's broadcast was people recognizing, hey, our residents at our nursing facility, they can keep up with Jacket football. We can throw it on the screen.
Well, look here, we've got Wes Marshall. He's got two shout-outs here, one from Arkansas, one from and the other one, I saw Jacksonville. I thought it was Jacksonville, Texas. But
that's not very far.
But, tell us where you're listening from. It's cool.
We've got 2 minutes till kickoff in the second half. You got your Groveton Indians coming back onto the field here, and you got our Jackets headed to the tunnel, about to make their entrance for the second half. Now I see Van is up 14-0. Looking at the scores as they come across the top of the screen, I think I'm going to like that just for us here because it kind of gives us a little bit, at our fingertips about what's going on through East Texas here.
Another little tidbit: Cord Lucas doing our camera work tonight, and he's on the Jacket sideline. We are in the press box on the home sideline, and if you look at the stands and look at the press box, you see the light on. That's where we're at right there. We're the only ones we're like Motel 6. We're going to leave that light on.
That's right. And what's interesting is this is just our third time, so we're still learning. We're still on that upward curve, but this is the first time that we've had the camera on the opposite end, and we just went ahead and made it the first game to put a little wrinkle into the system.
But, so, Groveton won the toss to begin the game. They elected to receive, and so the Jackets will get the football coming out of the half here, as who else but Braden Reynolds is getting ready to tee this football up. Jacket return team scatters out across the field. We've had a mixed bag with Braden. One time he kicked it deep, and then one time he elected to go with the pooch kick. So we'll see what he wants to do here. It looks like the way he's setting up, it looks like he's going to kick it deep, but we'll see.
We see Keegan Davis here. This is former QB1, a college graduate. I mean a high school graduate of ours from 2024.
All right. Taking by Gonzalez at the 28-yard line. And this kid's fast if he gets a step. He's wrestled down to the ground at about the 37-yard line. And that's where the Jackets will come out of the half. So buckle your chin strap just a little bit tighter. Let's pull them pads on just a little bit tighter. And better have you a good drink of Gatorade at the half. And because this should be a very entertaining second half.
It should be. This is reminiscent of the old Alto Groveton games. Two ground games, two ground attacks just going at one another.
What a great game for the 75th all-time meeting. And this series also goes back almost 100 years. The first game was in 1928, so almost a century of Groveton Alto football. All right, Alto to the line, Camden Almond quarterback, shotgun formation. He's going to throw the ball, looking to throw it over the field and in and out of the hands of Jadarius Jones. If he catches that one, it's 6.
He's got some wheels, and it was right there on his hands. He was pretty well defended. That was a great throw by Camden Almond to put it right on him. And so I told you we haven't been throwing the ball, but that's what we've come accustomed to with Camden in the offense the last few years.
Second down 10. Going to fake that handoff. Almond follows that running back on this near side here, and he's going to be bumped out of the bounds. A good no call right there. 16 comes in, and just a little bit of a tap to the quarterback, but that's no harm, no foul.
Yep, and it's the ground attack again with another first down for the Jackets.
Almond on that quarterback keeper is going to officially be marked out at the Jacket 49-yard line. 1st and 10 Jackets. Jordan trying to get that outside edge. What a play by Jay Smith. Jordan does pick up about 3 yards on that play across the midfield stripe. Jay Smith kind of feeling that a little bit.
That's one of those plays where it doesn't feel like you did a whole lot, but, 3.5 yards on first down, that puts you in a good position to open the playbook up and put everything at your disposal.
Smith's going to have to come out at least for one play. All right, 2nd down 7 for the Jackets. 48-yard line of the Indians. Clock is started now, 11:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Pass complete to Braden Whitaker. He's fighting.
Yeah, if you're watching with us online, we've got to make an adjustment here. It is the 3rd quarter. There's 11:07 left in the 3rd quarter. There we go. Again, we're learning. We're learning just like the rest of us. But if that's the biggest mistake we make tonight, I think we're going to be in good shape.
3rd and about 2. Almond calls his own number again, and look out, he may go. 20, 15, 10, 5, brought down just outside the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Oh, man, touchdown saving tackle.
That is his best run of the night.
Number 10 for the Indians, Brenton Cossey, brings Almond down at the 1. 1st and goal to go. No, they're going to spot it at the 2. 1st and goal to go at the 2. Almond again calls his own number. He's going to be hit in the backfield and loses yards back to the 4-yard line. That time Cooper Shanafelt on the stop for the Indians.
We've got a Groveton Indian down at the back of the end zone. I can't see what number it is. Looks like 3. It might be number 3. He is up under his own power.
Ruger McLean. Not sure what happened on that either.
You got number 5, Jay Smith, coming in to replace him.
Jay was just shaking up just a few minutes ago. Good to see him back in the game. All right. Coach Hansel. 2nd down and goal from the 4. You just lost 2 yards on the 1st down run, so let's see what happens here.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they go ahead and run it again. That seems to be the mainstay tonight.
A little misdirection in the backfield, but he runs it straight up the middle.
I mean, I really think a little short play action or a little slant across the middle, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just run it 2 more times if that's what it takes.
Okay, Ruger McLean back in after that one play sitting out. 3rd and goal to go from the 4. Almond takes a snap, looking to throw. Passes out in the flat, intended for Gonzalez. And it is incomplete. There is a flag in the end zone, so we'll see what's happening there.
Well, it looks like this is going to be against Groveton, just judging by the reaction of some of Groveton's teammates.
Let's see here what the white hat has to say. He's going to give us the official call here as we have dead ball, unsportsmanlike, against the Indians.
Man, what a terrible time for a call
Half
like
the distance
that.
to the goal.
Automatic first down.
Should be at about the 2-yard line.
You know, Groveton's really played a great game. It's those little details that matter.
Allman at quarterback, going to try to run it up the middle himself, and he is stopped just shy.
We're going to have to trust the referees on that one, Lee. They got a better angle than we do, but
it looked like from here he leaned in, but again,
I was ready to hit
sideline
+6.
official. He's right outside the white paint there. Again, I'm old school like you. I would love to get under center right here and punch one in.
I just
here.
don't understand how. I mean, you don't have to do it every time, but how so many schools don't do that anymore.
Second down goal. Allman trying it again, and he walks into the end zone this time.
+6 for the Jackets. But, we've got some big old linemen coming up the next few years, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of that doesn't change a little bit when we get some more beef across there.
Okay, 8:58 to go, third quarter, and our new score is Alto 22, Groveton 12, with a point after touchdown upcoming. And Coach Ponder told us, starting off, he said, I don't feel like we're good enough on PATs yet to go for the traditional 1 point, so we're going for 2. Camden Allman fakes the throw out. Derek Jordan straight up the middle. The little misdirection in the backfield, I think, is what really helped that. As Derek Jordan sprints in, Alto 3 for 3 with 2-point conversions, now with a 12-point lead, and Groveton scored twice.
That's right, and
that's paying off.
That second 2-point conversion, it wasn't no slouch. That was 25 yards or so.
That's gained you a touchdown. 3 2-point conversions is another touchdown.
It has. It's easy to look at that score and go, hey, Jackets are up by 12 points, which is accurate, but it's better to understand it. The Jackets are up by 2 possessions. And in a game where the points have not come fast, that is very important.
Yep. Let's see if Groveton can respond. They got a little bit chippy down in the end zone there and had that costly, unsportsmanlike penalty that gave the Jackets a new set of downs because the Jackets were fixing to be in the bind, 4th and goal from the 4, and then they had a decision to make. And so penalty cost the Indians there. Alvera is going to tee it up here. And let's see if that Jacket defense has made any adjustments to the Groveton.
Let's hope they have. Groveton's going to be getting the ball back here with just under 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Here comes the pooch.
That's a good pooch. That's the kind I like. Down to about the 25-yard line. Now you got to get him on the ground. And I saw Jabari Moore, that long arm of his, reach out and grab that jersey and held on till friends come in there.
He's really just an all-around athlete. It looked like Groveton might have had a little seam there, but he ran into his own man.
Yeah. All right, so Groveton will start here at the 38-yard line, 1st and 10.
While we get to have a few seconds, we really should shout out Jason Duplashane. And, he connected NETSN and Alto together. And between him and Brett, we're just having a lot of fun. We're having a lot of fun being able to broadcast and bring Alto football into your home. And so we appreciate you sticking with us and watching. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Groveton Indians from their own 36, 37.
Who else? Braden Reynolds. He's going to push all the way out for a first. And I really thought the Jackets may have contained him, for little or no gain.
Yeah, that's another 14 yards. I mean, just excellent ground and pound by both teams. We got a Jacket on the ground here. I can't get a good look at his number. It's number 3. That'd be Alex Gonzalez. Now, Alex is doing a great job tonight sealing the edge for us. It looks like they're trying to get him up. I just don't get a good look. I don't know. Maybe he's got a cramp going on.
Yeah, I think that's a cramp. As soon as they got him up, he's trying to walk that down.
Game time temperature was a little bit cooler than we expected, and so maybe that's kept the cramps at bay. But the first 2 weeks, you can almost chalk it up that there's going to be several cramps.
All right, Reynolds, who, again, we're going to have to talk somebody into keeping stats for us this year because – I know he's well over 100 yards and a lot of carries. And that young man, I'm telling you, he'll sleep well tonight because he plays hard on defense too. 1st and 10 Indians bought the Jacket 48.
you know, really they had him bottled up right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to just keep his legs churning.
It was big 72. Hagen Townsend just kind of held him up and just kind of kept dragging him. And the Jackets had him contained for about a 1 yard gain. And then Hagen, who's bigger than anybody on the field, drug him for about 4 yards. Second down 5 come the Indians. Ball at the Jacket 43. Stoppage in play here. Not a play clock violation. Okay.
And just getting the clock running. It's at 7:43 and running.
Oh. You see the 2 missed tackles there.
Yeah, really they're coming in too high.
Yeah. Well, the coaching staff is trying to teach that technique, cheek to cheek. You put your cheek against the butt cheek of the defender, and it kind of reduces the impact on the head. It kind of for concussions. But they've only been coaching this for about 3 or 4 weeks here.
Right.
I mean, you're just now getting in pads. It's going to take some time. But, yeah, you'd like to see those Jackets come in with a little bit lower angle and try to get that around the waist there to try to get they would have had due for a very little gain, but 2 missed tackles. But the way you teach tackling now is different than I know when I played and probably when you played, Zach. They're just trying to reduce those head injuries.
I don't think it's the game clock. It's the play clock they're having an issue with here.
Okay. He's winding the clock now. 7:10 to go in the third quarter. 24-12 our score. Groveton marching down the field trying to pull within a score. Ruger McLean.
It's going to be 6
touchdown.
Points, Groveton.
This game is.
But that's what we talked about. You're halfway through the third quarter, and you get a little umph right when you come back out of halftime, but that fatigue starts to wear on you, and what used to be 10-yard runs or 8-yard runs,
yes,
they become touchdowns.
24-18 our score now. Point after touchdown upcoming, and Braden Reynolds, who else, is going to try the extra point for the Indians. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it is wide to the right, it looks like to me. Yeah, so Jackets have scored 3 times, Indians have scored 3 times, but there's a 6-point difference in the score here, and that's where we're at. The special teams early in the season.
Yeah, little things. Discipline is really the answer to that.
Man, I'll tell you what, Zach, we're going to take a break and hear a word from one of our sponsors, but we got a good third quarter coming up.
Friday nights in Yellow Jacket Country are built on pride, tradition, and a community that always stands behind its team. NETSN would like to thank the Alto Booster Club for supporting our broadcasts and for everything it does for local student athletes. If you or your business would like to support Yellow Jacket football on NETSN, email sales@netsn.live. The Booster Club, proudly supporting the Yellow Jackets and NETSN.
Rodney Thomas Memorial Field, Groveton, Texas. I'm Lee Pearman alongside Zach Hansdale. There we go. So I've had my mulligan for today, and Groveton just scored, tightened up the score to within a score, 24-18 our score, and
what a way to come out after halftime. 2 possessions, 1 for each team, touchdown apiece.
About like the first half went. Braden Reynolds going to kick off. Deep kick will be fielded by Jones. Going to get out to the middle of the field. There's a flag on the play. Second flag down. So you think that this is going to go back some here. Let's see.
Yeah,
Jones knocked out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, but I think this is going to come back.
Yeah, it looks like the Jackets are going to end up starting this drive from inside their own 20. With the exception of that first drive when they recovered a fumble inside the 5-yard line, this will be their worst starting position.
Yes. It's been a pretty clean game. I mean, there's been a few penalties as of late, but for the first game, 2A level high school football, it's not that bad.
No, in fact, I don't think there's been a false start in this game.
Ball in between the 11 and 12-yard line here to start the drive for the Jackets, and you're right, worst starting field position other than the first possession where the Jackets were plenty glad to start their possession at the 3-yard line after the Groveton fumble.
Yeah, really, that's
difference in the game.
That's the difference in the game.
Yep.
Because they scored on that drive, and they've maintained the lead ever since.
All right. Jackets huddle from the sideline. Look at this set. 3 receivers to the near side for the TV, far side for us.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen this formation tonight.
He's going to still run the ball, Camden Allman. So they used the formation to get some of the guys out of there. Another smart,
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear him leave. The coach is down at the other end. Somebody over here was yelling. Somebody didn't like something, but ultimately it's the same play, just a different formation.
It's a different formation.
And the same result.
And you can see now 3 receivers on the TV to the near side. It's our far side. Shotgun formation. He'll sit Derek Jordan to his left. Going to take the snap. Hand the ball off to Jordan this time. Jordan is hit by Connor Ziegler. And I don't think there's maybe a yard gain.
I'm almost surprised that they haven't just put what they call a spy on the quarterback.
They're going to gain 1 out to the 34-yard line. 5:50 to go, third quarter. And the clock's, they're having issues with the clock. That's what it is. Clock is kind of glitching down here. Pass out in the flat to Jones. He gets some blocks. He's out across about to the 40-yard line.
It's going to be third and maybe a long 3 here.
Brady Thornton and other Indians on that stop. 24-18 our score. 5:25 to go, third quarter in Groveton, Texas.
Yeah.
75th all-time meeting, and what a game!
What a game! I mean, this is what high school football is about. Competition, rivals. It just doesn't get better than this.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the far left this time. 2 backs around Camden Allman. I'm going to hand the ball off this time to Brycelyn Gwynn. I think that's Brycelyn's second carry.
Yes.
And both carries have netted first downs.
They have.
If my memory serves me
the
correct.
Alto ground game just continues to get first downs. And it may be a mentality change here. Sometimes you think, hey, I got to score. And the real answer is get first downs. Just get first downs.
1st and 10 Jackets, ball at the 47-yard line. Jackets moving from our right to left, but you're left to right. Fake the handoff to Brycelyn that time. Allman keeps it again, but he's going to get out to about the midfield stripe, gain of 3.
3 yards on first down. I mean,
just got to keep the positive plays coming here.
Just keep going downhill.
And I'll tell you another thing. If you're the Jackets, don't think that you can let up on the scoring here because you haven't stopped the Groveton Indians but one time, twice. You had one fumble, and then you had the one punt that you forced.
The intangibles have gone their way, but they're just one play from being a tied game.
That's right. Very good contest. Now the scoreboard has just blinked off here.
Now listen, that's one of those things that becomes part of rivalry lure. The scoreboard kept going out, or
it's come back on. It's the scoreboard sits vacant for 10 months out of the year.
It's got some cobwebs in it.
There goes Jones on. He cuts back, and he is hit
Number
hard.
5, Jay Smith. Man, laid the wood on him that play.
But you see Jones is right there at the stick. He's right there at the 43-yard line.
I think this is going to be a first down.
Yeah, that far side judge is saying, come on, change.
One thing I'd like to see, the quarterback draw there has been so good for us tonight. Even though he faked it, if he would carry that fake off a little more, it might buy his running back an extra step or 2.
Camden Allman really rides it in to the belly of Jones that time before he decides to take it. And, you know, my high school, we ran the Houston Veer as an option every play. Those Rodney Thomas teams, they ran that Veer too, and I'm telling you, they could run it to perfection.
Listen, I still think the Veer is the way to go. I love seeing teams run the Veer. You know, you don't see that too often. You still see the wing tee quite a bit at 2A.
7-yard gain on that one. Going to direct snap at this time to Spanky. He's trying to get to that sideline. He's not going to get there. The Groveton defense does a really good job. Brenton Cossey out there to knock Jones out of bounds. And Jones is going to lose a little bit on that play. Timeout on the field. Timeout taken by the Indians. First timeout taken in the half. 3:07 to go, third quarter. We're going to take it with them and hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Texas, it's football season. The lights, the crowds, the rivalries. Every Friday night is game day. But here at CDL Training Academy, when it comes to your future, every single day is game day. Just like on the field, success behind the wheel takes discipline, focus, and safety. We train champions of the road. And here's the winning play. We're a TPST certified school. That means you test right here, in-house. No delay of games, no flags, just results. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Your season starts now. Get trained, get tested, and get on the road with a career that pays like a championship win. Call CDL Training Academy today at 903-6.
All right, Mr. Hansel. 3rd and 4 at the Groveton 37-yard line. You feel like if this is a positive play, you're definitely got 2 downs to make 4 yards.
You know, unless they, lose 7 or 8, they're definitely going to go for it.
All right, the Jackets, running the football here, but don't forget Camden Allman, senior quarterback, can throw this football here too.
I think he touched him. That should be offsides.
Yep. It's going to be a flag on this near sideline here.
You cannot know, Lee, how exciting that is to me, because the last several years we haven't had that.
That's right.
And you know what? That's just good coaching. It's part of the game. First game of the year.
Hey,
lack discipline.
We were just talking about 3rd and 4. You get the nose tackle to jump off sides, hit the center. It's a free first down.
Yeah, and what it does is it puts just a little hitch in the defense's thinking.
1st and 10 at the Groveton 32. Gonzalez trying to get to the outside. He's not going to get there. He'll be bottled up. Ruger McLean has had a good game too. He's sure made a lot of stops.
He has. That was an excellent defensive effort there.
Jacket's going to lose 1 or 2. I'm trying to see where they're going to spot it.
Alex hasn't had too many touches tonight. He had all 3 of Alto's preseason touchdowns.
All 3 on the kind of a long pass.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they were all 3 deep passes. He had several good, 15, 20-yard catches, fitting in between the zone.
Loss of 2, 2nd down 12. Jones trying to get to the outside, and again, he won't get there either. I tell you, that's the difference in these two defenses. Connor Ziegler, the Yellow Jackets have done the damage running up the middle. The Indians have kind of gotten that edge tonight, and the Indians have done a good job when the Yellow Jackets try to swing it out wide. You'd think with the Jackets' speed that they could, but not tonight. That's a loss back to the 41-yard line. And how about 3rd and about 18, 19?
Yeah, that's about right.
Going to throw it deep.
Got him.
Gonzalez. But I'll tell you what, Jay Smith had that one guarded up just like you want to. 4th down now. I'm telling you, if I'm the coach, there's no decision here. I'm punting it, and it looks like that's what the Jackets are doing, So the Jackets, this will be their first punt of the season.
Yeah, and it's going to be Groveton's opportunity here to really kind of turn this game around.
1:38 to go, 3rd quarter, and the Indians get a much-needed stop here. You got to hope this snap is good, because you got to try to pin the Indians deep here if you can. Snap is back. Jones with a high punt. And it's angling towards the sideline. And it was finally picked up by Derek Jordan at the 26-yard line. Not the best of punts, but hey, you got
somebody
that
right in his face, and
got a 15-yard punt. Main thing, I just didn't want to see him snap it over his head.
Yep.
Olvera typically does the punting, but he's kind of been dealing with a sore knee, and the coach just didn't want to try to. And that's another reason they're not doing the extra points. Is he said, I'm just not ready to put him in there yet. So you see, just outside the 25-yard line is where the Indians will start this drive. Indians only down 6, so they're right here in it. 1:28 to go, third quarter. So we're fixing to be the fourth quarter action here in this 75th all-time meeting between these two schools. Reynolds the carry.
Another 3-yard gain there. You know, Groveton haven't had a trouble moving the ball up and down the field tonight.
Colton Holmes on the stop. Second down, 7.
You know, the one thing they haven't done is they haven't tried to really throw the ball at all. Had a couple attempts. Hasn't done much for them.
Haven't really needed to.
You got just under a minute left in the third quarter.
Big hole on this near sideline, and Braden Reynolds is off to the run. Cross the midfield stripe down to the 40, brought down at the 30-yard line by Matthew Hackney. And I'll tell you, you could just see that part there. It was just
that's
too
the
easy.
Second drive in a row they've been able to rip off just a huge gain on the ground. You know, I wouldn't be surprised here if we end up with a tie game going to the fourth quarter.
They're going to have to score pretty quick here, inside of 30. Braden Reynolds again. Stopped this time by Wes Marshall. And that'll move the sticks again.
Yeah,
12 seconds to go, but
just till the chains are set. Set 12 seconds.
58 for the Indians. Kyler Parker, he's going to have to come off for one play. No, they're going to leave him in. All right, going to run the clock. Running. And the Groveton coaches just said, hey, we're going to go to the fourth quarter. So we're going to go to the fourth quarter. The Alto Yellow Jackets 24, Groveton Indians 18, but the Indians knocking on the door. We'll be back after you hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Friday nights in Yellow Jacket Country are built on pride, tradition, and a community that always stands behind its team. NETSN would like to thank the Alto Booster Club for supporting our broadcasts and for everything it does for local student athletes. If you or your business would like to support Yellow Jacket football on NETSN, email sales@netsn.live. The Booster Club, proudly supporting the Yellow Jackets and NETSN.
Lee Pearman alongside Zach Hansel, 1,755 viewers. Come on, let's get it over 2,000 tonight.
Yeah,
we can do that.
Let's push it. Well, we're going to start the fourth quarter. Alto's up by 6 points, 24-18, but Groveton is knocking on the door. They're just inside the red zone.
Yes, first and 10 Indians, and this drive here, you can start to tell that size difference. Is the Indians went down the last drive, pretty good, but this drive here, been getting some plays in some bunches here.
They have, and I've been impressed all night with how well their offensive line has been able to get downfield and get on blockers, or get on defenders rather.
Jackets with a slight speed advantage, Groveton with a size advantage.
This
as
game
we move to this fourth quarter.
It just has that feel like whoever has the ball last is going to be in the driver's seat to win this game.
Dewitt quarterback in shotgun formation. Hand the ball to Reynolds, and again just gashing that Jacket defense down to about the 10-yard line. I mean, if I'm Groveton, I'm not putting this ball in the air. I mean, they're just way too successful running the football here. Pickup of 9 on that play, 2nd and 1. 11:33 to go in the contest. Groveton down by 6, but knocking at the door here. It's going to be hard for me not to give to anybody but number 2.
It is. I tell you what, the bands are really getting into it right now. You know, it's starting to have that rival feel.
Again, 2 gets the ball. Reynolds, he's inside the 5. Clock will run as they stop it momentarily to set the stick at the 3-yard line. Be first and goal to go from the 3. As soon as they get the ready, they'll wind the clock. The clock has been an issue here in this second half with it blinking on and off, but let's hope that it remains. I don't like it when it goes to the officials. You just kind of lose all sense of time here.
Yeah, and you know, especially in a close game like this, that becomes a sticking point with the fans.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they think something nefarious is going on, and in reality, it's probably just one of those things that happens.
All right, first and goal to go, Indians. Going to hand it to the big man, Hagan Thompson. He's finally brought down.
Really, that's about the best play they've had, stopping him. But 5 ways to Sundays, they hand it to him again.
Yeah, at the 1. And he is in.
So it is going
touchdown, Indians. Hagan Thompson. Now, is that 2 scores for him? I know he got the 2-point. No, he didn't get it. That's 2 scores for him.
He fumbled. That's 2 scores for him.
Yeah.
So right now, Alto has scored 3 touchdowns, and Groveton has scored 4 touchdowns.
Yes.
But Alto has made all 3 of their 2-point conversions, and so Groveton's going to have a chance here to take the lead and be their first lead of the game. But, you know, frankly, the best defense so far tonight has been stopping the 2-point conversion.
And I got to believe they're going to try to give it to Hagan Thompson again. He's awful hard to stop here. No, they don't. They give it to Reynolds, and he's going to get into the end zone, and the Indians, with 10 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the game, take their first lead of the night, 26-24. We're going to hear a word from one of our sponsors, and we're going to come back with more fourth quarter action.
Sponsorship opportunities are now available for the 17th annual Tenaha ISD Holiday Hoops. For the first time in tournament history, all 68 games will be streamed live on one platform, NETSN, giving businesses a unique opportunity to reach basketball fans throughout East Texas and beyond. Title: Gold, Silver, and Bronze sponsorship opportunities are available for the tournament, taking place December 28th through the 30th, 2026. Put your business in front of fans during 3 full days of outstanding high school basketball, while supporting the athletes, schools, and communities that make Holiday Hoops special. Don't wait. Secure your sponsorship today. Email sales@netsn.live for package details and availability.
All right, we are back with Jacket football. Jackets are down by 2 points. Groveton has just taken the lead, 26-24. Jackets will be getting the ball back with 10:18 left in the fourth quarter. You know, this is Alto Groveton football. 2 rushing attacks going at it, and it's going to come down to the wire here. It's just been an exciting game overall. And we'll see if the Jackets, when they get the ball back here, if they can reclaim that lead that they have held all game with the exception of the last few seconds.
All right. Reynolds kicks it off deep. Taken by Bryceland Gwynn, the freshman, at the 20. He's out to the 33-yard line and going to be pushed down there. They're going to blow the ball dead at the 34-yard line.
You know, I know that this is really only his 3rd opportunity to be out here at the varsity level as a freshman, but I can tell a lot in the last 3 weeks that he's really starting to mature into that role.
It's a lot of difference from playing on Friday nights to playing junior high football last year.
Absolutely. You know, that first scrimmage, he actually had a great showing, but those first few plays, you could tell maybe his eyes were a little bit big, but that seems to be coming off. He's starting to play with a lot more confidence.
All right, can Coach Ponder rally the troops here? Jackets 1st and 10, 34-yard line, first deficit of the night. And we've got a flag here.
Let's count the players. Did they break the huddle with 12?
Yeah, illegal substitution. So now it becomes 1st and 15 for the Jackets.
That's the absolute worst thing you want to have happen before you even get to run a play after giving up the lead, as having a mental mistake like that.
First and 15. Allman's going to keep it himself, try up the middle. Not much going there, maybe 2 yards out to the 31-yard line. 54-50 on the stop for the Indians. That's Connor Cathy and Brady Thornton.
It's going to leave it second and about 13 with 9:45 and running on the clock.
Braden Whitaker, the catch on that side. Indians do a good job rallying up to him here.
They did. I mean, that's the kind of play they needed. We may see them throw the ball a little bit more here towards the end of the game, but it's going to be 3rd and long.
I thought that forward possession was out closer to the 39.
I don't think he got a very good spot there.
No, their spot.
It's not.
Me, that's about 2 yards shy. But it's going to be a 3rd and about 7 for the Jackets. Going to throw the football again. In and out of the hands of, that looked like Gonzalez. Yeah, on that far sideline for us, near sideline for the viewers.
Even if he had caught that, it wasn't far enough to be a first down.
I think the Jackets really, lead the offense here. I guess after that 15-yard punt a while ago.
Yeah, that, and they haven't really been able to stop Groveton from moving the ball, especially here in the second half.
I think he's going to let the play clock run down here and call a timeout. Yeah, timeout taken on the field, timeout Jackets. All right, 4th and 7 at your own 37, and Jackets going to roll the dice here and go for it. And I think you're right. I think the main thing is you haven't stopped the Indians on these last 2 drives, and it really hasn't even been competitive.
That's right.
Indians have shoved it down your throat.
You got to think kind of in a maybe not quite a worst case, but let's say you go for it and you don't make it and you give up 6 points. As long as you don't give up any extra points, you're still only down 1 possession at that point.
Yes.
And so that may be, part of his thinking, but you just kind of, the way the game has gone, you really feel like Alto needs to be able to pick up some first downs here and make a push there right at the end.
Yeah, I don't think that the faith is there in that defense right now, that if you punt it to them, and again, you only had a 15-yard punt the last time, that if you punt it to them, I mean, you're not going to stop them, so go for it. All right, here come the Jackets. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Jones flanks Allman to his right. Allman's going to roll out to the right, looking to throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run it, and he's going to get the first down out across the 45, tackled by number 21, Jet Arbuckle, but not before Camden Allman gets out to the 47-yard line and moves the sticks. Could be the play of the game right there.
4th and 8 in a rivalry game late in the 4th quarter. That's big time right there.
And it looked like Groveton had him bottled up, and he saw a seam, put that right foot in the ground, and went straight upfield and got it.
The key to that is knowing exactly where the sticks are at and knowing where you have to get to.
Hand off to Jones. And that Groveton defense is really stiffening here on these inside runs. Oh, Jones breaks out.
He breaks out.
Hey, look out. He's going to go. You're not going to – I don't think they're going to – no, they're not going to catch him.
There's no laundry on the field.
Oh, my gosh.
That is 6 points, Jackets. Can you – Lee, can you believe that?
Whoa.
Hey, you know what? The hero on that play might be the referees. I cannot believe they didn't stop forward progress there. I saw his legs turning. I saw him make a little jump forward, and it's like everybody quit. No whistle.
And in fairness, we didn't see it. Just looked like from up here that he was bottled up, and I'm thinking, man, this the inside running game is just being slowed down. He breaks out, and then with his speed, just not going to catch him. So you go from 4th and 7 on your own 37, convert. The very next play, Jones breaks it. We have a new game here. Alto 30. And Groveton 26, point after touchdown upcoming, going to throw the ball, deep in the back of the end zone to Braden.
Out of bounds.
And he is out of bounds.
It was an excellent effort.
Yeah, nonetheless, take the lead. 30-26 our score. 8:24 to go in the game. Let's take a break and hear a word from one of our sponsors.
Duplashane Contractors is a proud supporter of the Alto Yellow Jackets. Founded in 1970 by Herman and Greg Duplashane, Duplashane Contractors has been supporting the Mean Sting for over 56 years. During that time, Alto has celebrated 10 state championships across 4 sports in football, boys track, girls track, and softball. Duplashane Contractors has supported the Jackets every step of the way. We want to wish our very own Jenna Duplashane an exceptional senior year. Good luck to the Mean Sting on what we hope will be another championship season. Duplashane Contractors, Alto, Texas. Sting 'em Jackets.
We're just returning. There's 8 minutes and 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It is 30-26.
I'll tell you what, Zach, we talked about Braden Reynolds going to sleep good tonight. I'm going to sleep good tonight. This game's wore me out. What a fun
I don't know if I'm going to be able to go to sleep tonight.
1870 on the views. We've got to get to 2,000. What a football game. Tell your friends it's on. All right, Olvera has it getting ready to kick off here. Be a little short pooch kick. And fair caught at the 40-yard line. I believe that's number 10, Brenton Cossey.
That wasn't much of a fair catch signal there.
No, it wasn't. All right. Can the Jackets slow this Indian offense down? The last 2 possessions, they haven't. But, with that shot of adrenaline from that Jones touchdown run, Spanky takes it all the way in. Maybe you get a little shot of adrenaline and can try to slow this attack down.
It is a game of momentum, and so hopefully that momentum will continue here.
All right.
We're talking in the break. I think you're right. I think we're going to need a turnover here to kind of settle this game down.
Dew with 2 backs in the backfield with him, 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Going to hand the ball off to 21. Jabari Moore has him wrapped up. That's Jet Arbuckle. And again, the coaches said in the film that he doesn't run the ball often, but when he does, he's just hard to bring down. Jabari Moore hops up on him. He's still going to get 4 yards, 2nd down and 6. And I hate to say it because then they'll burn you, but the 2 receivers one side, 1 to the right of the formation, they're window dressing.
Yeah, that's right.
They're going to run this football.
It's just a different look, but it's the same game plan. The defense, they're a little bit faster to the ball. Maybe feeling like the game truly is on the line.
2nd down 6. And just as I say, they're window dressing, then they hit what do I know here?
They might have heard you.
Yeah. Ruger McLean on the reception and a 1st down for the Indians.
But, that's an excellent call on their part because
throw it enough to keep you honest.
I
think that they saw, too, that the Yellow Jackets are starting to stunt a little bit, coming up the middle there.
I'm trying to think. That might be the first completion of the game for Groveton. If it's not, it's only the 2nd.
Well, I know they had that one completion right here that was for a loss of about 4 in the first half.
Yep, you're right.
Okay. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and they're not window dressing. Shotgun formation. Going to hand the ball off, and Reynolds is finally stacked up close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they got a lot of penetration on the defensive line there, kind of bottled him up.
Gain of about 1 to the Jacket 42-yard line. 7:20 to go, clock running, 4th quarter. As you can see on the television set there, or your phone, or your laptop, 30-26 our score. What a football game. The Jackets finally did not fail on a 2-point conversion this last time. Indians deliberate with the clock. Sends a man in motion right to left. Oh, bad snap. Dew's going to have to try to run it. And it's tipped at the line of scrimmage by Derek Jordan as they're trying to catch Jet Arbuckle out there in that right sideline.
Well, we mentioned, we might need a turnover here, and we nearly had one.
3rd and 9 from the Jacket 42-yard line. Do the Jackets have a big third down stop?
It's been a while since they've had a long third down play.
Yes. 6:40 to go. Clock stopped after the incomplete pass.
You know, it's early in the year. Offense may really start to feel a little bit of the pressure here as that clock starts to tick down.
Dew at quarterback, going to fake the handoff, and he's going to roll out to the right, and he hits his man.
First down.
Ruger McLean. He's had a game too.
He has.
Braden Reynolds has really carried it. Ruger McLean, a senior, has carried the ball several times, but he's made 2 first down catches in this drive.
Yeah, in Groveton here, you know, they changed up their play calling a little bit here, but they've still been able to execute.
All right. 1st and 10, the Jacket 32-yard line. Jasper Dew in no hurry. Shotgun formation. Sends Ruger to his left. Hand the ball off to Ruger this time. He's going to get in behind those big guys, and I think he tripped over his own guy.
He did. Yeah, that was the best tackle by the offense all night.
My goodness. Gain of 4 on the play, though. 2nd down, 6.
You look at those offensive linemen that they pull out there. They're still firing out hard and getting out in front.
And he's also, on that one, he was in behind Reynolds, and Reynolds, delivered a block. But, yeah, he got his feet tangled up there. Clock running at 6 minutes to go in the game. 2nd down, 6 from the Jacket 28. Jasper Dew keeps it himself. Jackets do a pretty good job there. Only gain of about 2.
You know, Groveton's still been able to move the ball so far on this drive, but the Jackets are putting up a lot better fight on this drive. You just can't help but wonder if they don't feel it. Hey, it's coming down. We've got to make a big play.
3rd and 4 this time for the Indians. Dew this time looks like he's going to go under center. He's going to have Jake Snyder and Braden Reynolds in an I formation behind him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right.
Yeah, they like giving it to the fullback out of this formation.
And there it is. And he's going to have, I thought the Jackets had him stood up, but just keep pushing him down. Groveton helmet comes off.
I mean, they've lined up like that a few times tonight, and every time except for one, they've given it to the fullback.
Take it, that size advantage that they have, and really starting to wear it down to the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:57 to go. Clock should start running right now. And the Groveton coaches, in no hurry here. They're wanting to bleed off as much time as they can.
You know, you gotta believe you're going to score, but you don't want to score too fast.
Dew, and what a really good tackle that time. I believe that is Ryland Hicks. Yeah, first time we've called his name out tonight. A really good stop for a very short gain. I'm going to say a gain of about 1 to the 17. 2nd down, 9. As the clock is winding down, we're going to get to about 4 minutes or so before this ball is snapped. Milking the clock. High snap. Going to have to take it and try to run it with himself. And he is hit, but stays on his feet.
Well, he absorbed a big hit there.
I tell you what, I'm trying to get the name of the Jacket that is that 22 for the Jackets? No, I'm gonna say 21.
Wes Marshall.
Yeah, they held on to him at the end there to get him on the ground. But it's another big third down coming up. And
I know, it's funny in games like this sometimes. At some point, you almost wonder if it's better to let them score and then have a little bit of time to work with. But I mean, this 3rd and 7.
Yeah,
this is probably going to be their best opportunity here to get a stop on this end of the field.
Time to bow your neck. And you saw that one there that you had the bad snap. and that kind of took them out of their play, but they're still able to get some positive yards on that. 3:34 to go in the game. The Yellow Jackets 30, Groveton 26. Man, we've come down to cases here in Groveton, Texas tonight.
We have. I mean, just an excellent ball game. And I hope this is a sign of what the season's going to look like. And good competitive football.
And, you know, win, lose, or draw here, I tip my hat to both of these teams. Neither team, no quit in them. And, you know, you see them fight all night long. It's been a pretty clean game.
It has been pretty clean. Even the few unsportsmanlike moments, they're very minor.
Yeah. All right, 3rd down 7. Due at quarterback. Shotgun formation. We'll take the snap, hand off to Reynolds, and Reynolds over that right side, and it looks like he's going to be really, really close to 1st down yards. I think he's going to be there at the 8-yard line.
It's going to be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the officials motions the down box to come on. 1st and goal to go, 8-yard line. 3:25 clock running here in this contest. I believe both teams with 2 timeouts left, I think.
I believe that is right. And so, you know, really there's plenty of time left if you're Alto, even if you give up a score here.
Groveton's doing a wonderful job milking this play clock down inside of 10 every time before they snap it. Dude's going to put Reynolds to his left. And it looked like, yeah, that's a delay of game. They're doing too good of a job as Dew bled it all the way down to 0, and the back judge got them. So that's a huge play. 1st and goal to go now, but it'll be from the 13-yard line.
Well, and that's been pretty consistent tonight. You know, the few mental errors that Groveton has made has all been right around that 10 to 5-yard line before they score. We've had 2 fumbles from that position, the flag here.
All right, 1st and goal from the 13. Reynolds to the left of Dew. And another
mental mistake.
Yeah, that time it was Jet Arbuckle just kind of took a couple steps towards the line. It's a pretty easy call. That side judge is watching that. That's pretty easy. 2:52 to go in the game, and now it's 1st and goal to go from the 18-yard line.
2 in a row like that, too. It gives the defense just a couple extra breaths to get settled.
Jacket showing blitz, and then you're going to chase Dew out of the backfield, and it's over the head of Arbuckle, but just out of the reach of Alvera there.
There's a lot of things that could have really gone our way on that play, but all things considered, it leaves us in a good spot. But I tell you what, a pick there would have should seal the game.
All right, 2:45 to go. 2nd down goal from the 18-yard line. After that incomplete pass, the clock stops. Yellow Jackets were sending a blitz on that last play. Looks like they've got a linebacker creeping up here. I don't know if I think he may be faking. No, he's coming. This time, a wonderful hit. How about Colton Holmes with maybe the biggest defensive play of the night so far?
It's certainly the biggest defensive hit of the night.
I tell you what, that is a stuff right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. We have an Indian down slow to get up. The clock's still running a little bit. I mean, that's going to be a loss of 1 back to the 19-yard line. 3rd and goal to go from the 19. Clock
there's
running.
A lot of time coming off the clock in between plays here.
Yeah. 2:10 to go. What a ball game.
Hey,
I tell you what, if NETSN can bring us ball games like this every week, it's going to be fun.
Oh, it is. Hey, we need two solid defensive plays here. We just passed the 2,000 mark. I kind of thought we might get a boost on the views as people online see, oh, the game's still on and it's close.
My
I've
goodness.
got to go check it out.
We have reached the 2-minute warning here in Groveton, Texas. We're going to take a break here, a word from one of our sponsors, and we're going to come back with an exciting 2 minutes of football.
Texas, it's football season. The lights, the crowds, the rivalries. Every Friday night is game day. But here at CDL Training Academy, when it comes to your future, every single day is game day. Just like on the field, success behind the wheel takes discipline, focus, and safety. We train champions of the road. And here's the winning play. We're a TPST certified school. That means you test right here, in-house. No delay of games, no flags, just results. Stop sitting on the sidelines. Your season starts now. Get trained, get tested, and get on the road with a career that pays like a championship win. Call CDL Training Academy today at 903-64.
All right, Lee Pearman alongside Zach Hansel. 3rd and goal to go from the 19-yard line of the Indians. Jasper Dew at quarterback. Reynolds to his right. Sends a man in motion to the left. Take the snap, going to roll out to the right. They're going to throw back, and was it a lateral?
They're letting the play go.
All right.
Which, I mean, a recovery would have been excellent there, but a loss.
But they stopped the clock, so I guess they're saying it's an incomplete pass. I don't understand why you stop the clock. They got to run the clock.
Ref at the far side saying run the clock.
Yeah, and the official on the far side saying run the clock.
Hey,
that was 10 seconds right there. It should have ran off here.
Well, it's fourth and goal.
Fourth and goal. Yeah.
This is the game. It should be the game. You know, Groveton does have a timeout.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, they may have. I think they have 2.
This is one of the old scoreboards that doesn't have the timeouts left on it.
They are, and they're letting the clock just go.
Dew at quarterback.
They got him.
Oh my gosh, 4th and goal from the 25-yard line. A strike to Ruger McLean. And with 1:18 to go, the Groveton Indians have just went up 32-30 over the Yellow Jackets with a point after touchdown upcoming.
Can you believe
You come out back of the end zone throw.
At first, I thought he might have overthrown him.
Perfect throw is what it was.
It was right on the money.
And, it looked like to me he definitely had at least 1 foot, maybe 2 feet in. I mean, I don't think it was out at all. All right, point after touchdown upcoming, and of course now the clock goes out. All right, so the Indians trying to make it a 3-point advantage. 1:18 to go. Clock did blink back on. Well, it's blinked off again. Oh, my. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up. It looks like it's no good. Yeah, it's no good. Wide to the left. Well, but it doesn't really matter. The Indians have a lead, 32-30, 1:18 to go. So,
Lee, this is where legends can be made. But now those 10, 15 seconds they kept on the clock is in our advantage.
Oh, man.
You know, Groveton has kicked deep for every kickoff so far. I wonder if they're going to kick it deep here and give us an opportunity for a return. I would think not.
I don't know. Because I also see the deal of giving it to you at the 40, I mean, so I don't know. We'll see. That's why I'm not paid the big bucks. I mean, these coaches and, they're livelihood in the hands of 16, 17-year-olds.
It's a tough life.
All right. Braden Reynolds to kick off yet again for the Indians. 1:18 to go. Jackets, we believe both teams have 2 timeouts left.
I believe so. Yeah. A lot of fields will give you an indicator on the scoreboard, but Groveton scoreboard doesn't give us that option here.
All right. Got to be ready to try to get as many yards as you can on this return. Onside kick. Good catch. I'm trying to see. That's
we were
Ryland
fortunate.
Hicks.
Yeah, that was a great play by him.
Hey, I tell you what, he bellied back and caught that, because if that ball hits the ground, it's probably
going
to roll.
I wondered that. I wondered if they weren't going to do something super short.
And also, doing it that, because obviously you got the ball at your own 43-yard line, no time run off the clock. So we still have 1:18 to go. Man, I tell you what.
Just over 55 yards to go, 57 yards to go.
Zach, we talked a minute ago about we've come down to cases. Well, we've come down to cases again. Here we are.
Well, a quarter and a half ago we said we just had the feeling that whoever had the ball last was going to have a chance to win the game. And here we are. 1:18. We got the ball, 2 timeouts.
All right, Allman at quarterback, shotgun formation, 2 receivers to his left. Derek Jordan flanks him to his left. He's going to try to run the football, and he's going to get out of bounds. There is a flag on the play. That may come against the Jackets. 1:11 to go, the clock stops.
Yeah,
Allman's out of bounds at about the midfield stripe.
That's almost certainly a holding call.
Jackets just trying to get something going out of that break there. With a run to kind of get going. But you think at some point you're going to start to see this passing game taking effect.
It's going to, you're forced into it now. It's going to be first and 20.
The White Hat's fixing to give us a call here. It is holding against the Jackets. So that'll be a 10-yard mark off back to the 33, first and 20 are the Jackets.
There's 2 penalties.
Okay.
They declined the holding. Looks like there's a personal foul call.
Oh, okay. First and 25 from the 28. Allman to throw it. Oh.
Almost a great catch.
Almost a great interception. Cutter Minner is there, and Jadarian Jones there, and both of them had a chance to catch the ball.
That was just a 50-50 ball where you say, hey, my athlete can beat your athlete.
Well, and it's when it's first and 25, it's your own 28, and there's a little over a minute to go, and you're down by 2. I mean, now's when you're going to take some chances. You're going to throw the ball deep, push the ball down the field, because you've got to take some chances. I would be watching for Alex Gonzalez down the seam here. They're going to roll out to the right. He's looking to throw. He's going to load up and throw it down the field to Gonzalez, and that's interference, it looked like to me, but they're not going to call it. All right. 3rd and 25 from the 28-yard line. Again, you got to try to keep pushing it down the field. You got 25 yards to go.
Yep. The one thing you can't have if you're a Groveton fan is you can't have any kind of foolish penalties like a personal foul, something that would give an automatic first down.
Allman fakes the handoff, going to throw the pass over the head of Jones. All right, well, it came down to 4th and 25 for the Indians a minute ago. It's come down to 4th and 25 for the Jackets.
Yeah, and that's the way this game has been, just almost the same story back and forth all night.
And you can see the Indians dropping a big shell back about to the 45-yard line, 2 or 3 defenders. The Jackets are going to call a timeout here and dial up 4th and 25.
Yep. The band for Groveton is saying, pack it in.
55 seconds to go in the contest, and you see the score, 32-30. Yellow Jackets didn't yield the lead till later in the game. I think it was 4th quarter. And but it has been back and forth contest really all night. The Yellow Jackets just clung to the lead most of the night.
But this has been good football.
Yes.
I mean, this, regardless of how this next play sorts out, this has been a step forward for Jacket football, 100%.
I 100% agree with you. We've had a really fun night on our first NETSN broadcast. Again, want to thank them, and like the channel. We did get, hey, we're up 2,100 views now, so we're moving up the leaderboard here. You can watch this game anytime you want to. It's on YouTube.
That's true. In fact, with the scrimmages, I've known several people that are watching Saturday morning.
There you go. So we can armchair quarterback. All right. Play of the game for the Jackets. 2 receivers either side. Almond in the backfield by himself. Low snap. He's going to have to run out to the side. He's going to tuck it and run it himself. And he's not going to get close to the first down, as he's going to get tackled at about the 39-yard line. And the Yellow Jackets and Groveton Indians on the 75th meeting all-time series have played you one well of a football game here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this is what you want. This is what you want. This is rivalry football. You know, it's a shame that we're not going to be able to come out ahead on this one, but where the program has been the last several years, no doubt this is a step forward, and there are positive things that are happening with this football team.
That's exactly right. The Scott Ponder era didn't start quite like he wanted it, but I'm going to tell you what, there's going to be some things that he's going to look on the film and say, you know what, this was pretty doggone good.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, this has been the best running attack tonight that we've seen in several seasons.
Yes. I'd like to know what the stats are on the and we'll try to have that for you next week. But Camden Almond played his heart out here tonight. Braden Reynolds for the Indians played his heart out tonight, as Jasper Dew takes a knee, and I think that is going to do it here. No pun intended. Play clock the play clock did not reset, so they don't have to take a snap. I would think if I was the coach, I'd say just come to the sideline.
There's no reason.
I mean, only bad things can happen if you snap the football here. Just tell your team to come to the sideline. 10 seconds to go.
No, I wouldn't even leave them out there.
10 seconds now on the play clock. And that is going to be the final score. It is the Groveton Indians 32, the Alto Yellow Jackets 30. So on this young season, the Indians go to 1-0. The Alto Yellow Jackets fall to 0-1. But I would agree wholeheartedly with you. It didn't end on the scoreboard like you wanted it to, but these Jackets stayed in here and fought tonight.
They did.
And you know, on the drive going down, where they had been running the football, the Jackets finally bowed their neck and kind of slowed it up a little bit.
They were one play away from winning this game.
Yeah, fourth and 25 goal line conversion, and on a perfect pass.
You got to tip your hat
catch
to Groveton. I mean, when it mattered most, they went out and they won this game.
Yes.
But, I mean, of course, we're Jacket fans. We want to win. That's all we ever want to do.
Yeah.
But looking where we've been, new coach, new system, new playbook. Kids are having to, very quickly download a whole new system in their minds, plus their studies and all the other things that goes on with being a student athlete. And so there's a lot to be hopeful about, a lot to be excited about.
Yes, sir. And then, first week of the season, so next week, the Jackets finally get to come home. We've had 2 away scrimmages start the season away. West Sabine, though, comes calling.
West Sabine will be coming to Alto.
Next Friday night, September the 4th, at 7 o'clock. It'll be a 7 o'clock kick. They're all going to be 7 o'clock kicks with the exception of the Overton Mustangs, and that game has been moved to Saturday, September 26th, and will be a 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It'll be like a college football game.
You see, Lee, you're doing such a good job up here. They want you to rival college game day.
But you'll be on the call that day, so it'll be your
well, they might be disappointed, but
yeah.
We'll do the best we can.
So next week, we're going to break Cord Lucas in on the mic. That's what I understand.
We are.
Yeah, so we'll have Cord on the mic, and I believe Tad Scott is going to run the camera for us on the home games. I'm going to step out of the way and try to let y'all run the show. But anyway, Zach, I'll tell you, it has been a fun game. We appreciate NETSN. We appreciate Brett Swinney being down here helping us. We still had a few little snafus setting this equipment up, but I think we're starting to get the hang of it here. Just be patient with us. And heartbreaking loss for the Jackets, but
yeah, it's one of those things. It's sour.
Fight.
Yeah, it's sour, but hey,
yeah,
that kind of loss, that's just football.
Yep, that's right. Okay, until next Friday night, I'm Lee Pearman alongside Zach Hansel, not Scott. Zach.
Not Scott.
And 32-30, our score here at Rodney Thomas Memorial Field, as the Indians improve their all-time mark over the Jackets, 40 wins to 33 losses, 2 ties in the series. 75th meeting was a dang good one.
Very good. Yeah, very good. You know, the kind of game that's worth these 2 storied programs.
All right, good night, everybody.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.